hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Hello, hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. I'm Carrie. If you're new here, let me do my daily. I remembered it today. I want to add a new one, I think. Hi, Gumps. How's it going? How was your day today? Good to see you.
Hey.
So I switched all my stuff around. I've been messing around with my OBS in the back end because I've got something new that I'm going to be adding over there. And it's not ready yet. I need to learn some new tricks. Some new OBS tricks. I need to just like... I'm getting there. I need to just sit down and do it. It's something that I've had for a while and I haven't set it up and I felt bad about that. But I actually physically set it up and now I just need to learn how to do cool stuff with it. And I'm also having some weird issues with my headset. My headphones they're acting weird. And last but not least, now I'm having like a weird issue with my camera, which I haven't had since I set up this desk. Like every time I touch my desk, it wiggles, and that's new. Gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, so the plan is to play ESO today. Some Monday Tot. Jazz was first. Hi, Jazz. Good to see you, dear. We'll do some Monday Tot because tomorrow is the release of Elderwood in Palia. This thing just won't stay on here. Elderwood in Palia it's happening tomorrow. This stupid thing. I'm just gonna take it off. Put it back on later. Anyway. And I've been kind of wanting to get back to Palia for some time. Y'all may remember, especially now that my VODs are slowly being published on my YouTube channel. They pop up in the socials. I did stream Palia quite a bit last year when I streamed. A lot of the time that I was on the front page, it was either ESO or Palia. I miss it. But in addition to that, there's also the new expansion that's coming out. It's going to be free. They're also introducing Palia to Xbox and PlayStation. So now it'll be on everything. So that's fun. Anyway, so that's happening tomorrow. And I'm excited. I still feel like I'm like out of the loop or behind, but it's important to remember you're not behind, you're just on your own timeline.
Thank you so much.
Right? Hi, Zephys. Hello. Thank you.
CFUS4114 just resubscribed for 25 months.
Thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it.
Sneak.
He's so sneaky. Only not really. Hi, Zephys. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've enjoyed your time off. After the traveling, I bet your family was really happy to have you home early. Good to see you. But yeah, so that's what's happening tomorrow, and I won't be doing Tuesday Tot because it starts Thursday. Oh, I thought your PTO started last week. Oh well, I misunderstood. I was sick. But anyway, I bet they're still glad that you were able to come home early though, because I think you were originally going to be there through this week. So yay! But anyway, we won't be doing Tuesday Tot tomorrow. We'll be playing Palia along with probably everyone else. Playing Palia tomorrow for the big release of Elderwood. So I wanted to get in my Monday Tot, my Tuesday, Monday, my weekly. I still want to see if I can't get into the ESO Creator Program. I know my streaming has been so inconsistent, but I have to, I want to be consistent with ESO. I've still got a lot of things I'm working on in ESO. A couple of days ago, I actually went to the guild hall and I decorated with every single Jubilee housing furnishing item that I got during the event. Every single one of them I put up somewhere. There's a lot of flowers and garland and just pretty little flowery things. It goes perfectly with the property. So that was fun. I hadn't done any housing in a while. I was just going to do like one little thing and I ended up spending like almost an hour in there hanging them all up. And I also had a statue, a Breton hero statue. I'm assuming it was a login reward. So I put that in there too. Just, some fun stuff. And I'm also trying to figure out how to see. So on the shelf behind me, this little white square thing in front of the boba, a little teeny white square thing. It's a temperature sensor. It's part of how we regulate the AC and heading into summer, even though this week is it still cool this week? I'm not really sure. I'm out of the loop. Yeah. Oh. So I posted a photo in Discord about the weather in Phoenix this week. Starting tomorrow, we're dropping down into the 80s again. And then Sunday, Monday, 70s. 70s. The third week of May in Phoenix. 2 days in a row. The low is going to be 55 degrees. You can't tell me that sometime in the last, what year is this? 9 years, we did not jump to the crazy timeline. We're on this massively absurd and completely insane timeline. And this is just more proof. 55 degrees in the morning, the third week of May in Phoenix. It's unheard of. Anyway, so now that I've covered a couple of random topics, tonight for ESO, I think I will be doing my writs. I'll play Tales of Tribute. I've been slowly also chipping away at some of the golden pursuits. I would love to obtain the home. I think there's about 2 weeks left in that, so I should be able to. But there's some things in there that, if people want to group up, I will continue to offer to group up to get golden pursuits finished in ESO. So if you have some things you want to do, you want to run dungeons or do the incursions or whatever it is that's on that list, there's all kinds of stuff on that list. It's a super long list of things you can do. Let me know. I'm down to group up. Anyway, so it feels so strange still to this day to start my stream and not do Stream Raiders. No Stream Raiders. There is a new game that I found on Reddit that is being developed. There's someone that's working on it. It's like a stream RPG game. They haven't released it yet, but I'm looking forward to that coming out. It's another little thing that it's like a window that pops up and you guys play it. Could be fun. Similar to the fishing, only more involved. Hopefully it turns into something cool. Anyway, so that's it. That's the plan. That's the day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope your Monday was gentle and uneventful, just chill. And I guess we'll just head into ESO and get started. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your presence more than anything. Let's get started with ESO. Oh, let me fix that. There we go. Okay. Sound. Can't hear it. Oh, and the NVIDIA update that broke my stuff 2 months ago. No, last month. The April update broke my stuff. The May one fixed it. And I wasn't the only one with this issue. It's essentially like, I'm going to fix the lurk bait too while I'm at it. 4 pixels. There we go. Essentially it made it so that like the if you have an NVIDIA GPU and you start up a game and it will prompt you for... Where's the game sound? Is it making sounds? Let's see. Yep. It'll prompt you to use the overlay to record your game or whatever, but it also applies filters. And that is how I apply filters to my game. Because using add-ons and weird stuff to apply shaders and things like that are just more complicated than what I need. All I really do is I just I brighten the colors a little bit, I sharpen it a little bit. That's it. There's a little vignette around the edges, although you can barely see it. And I prefer to play it with that added vibrancy with the extra color. It just, you know, why not? And all I need are the NVIDIA filters to do that, and they broke. And I found several posts on Reddit like, oh, it's not working. It's been broken for a few months. And I'm like, oh yeah, me too. And Kira uses the second PC when we play together, and he updated it. Oops, I don't need this. He updated it because the March update that fixed the NVIDIA overlay broke the he uses a little Stream Deck to monitor like fan speeds and temperatures and stuff. It broke that. So he updated it to fix that, and unknowingly broke my filters. So I was in here getting ready and I was like, no. He was like, why are you so bad? It's like, nothing, it's fine. Anyway, it's been resolved. So everything is working now. Huzzah! And I have kind of been logging in here and there to do my writs. I've also was playing Tales of Tribute the other night. I loved, and I posted about this in the channel, in the ESO channel. I love that the Golden Pursuits included two Tales of Tribute. Oh wait, I'm gonna go to the bank. What are they? Goals? Like, oh shoot. I play 10 hands of Tales of Tribute without any extra reward all the time. I think I may still be working on my Rubedite ranking. I think. I'll check here in just a minute. Okay, so let's see. What can I put in the bank? I'll put this in the bank. Put this in the bank. Ooh, look at this sealed. Ugh. I have a bunch of sealed writs that I need to do. I need to buy. I just need to spend the gold and buy motifs. Isn't that how it goes with the sealed writs? And then, oh, so I opened up a bunch of coffers last time I played Tales of Tribute a couple days ago. Look how many I've built up now. I need to do these. Oh, I need to do them. Anyway. And I found a style page that I didn't actually have. It's like a Sigic style page. I don't even know. I didn't even realize that they were adding more style pages. It's been those like Hunding style pages like for the longest time. Okay, let me do my writs first. Oh, hey, Gumps! Wait. Oh, no. You achieved sneak. I didn't see where you went. Did you jump down? Oh, shucks. You got me. You got me that time. You're being sneaky somewhere. Successfully sneaked that time. Okay. Let me finish my writs. Oh, the Dream Express. Nope. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it's not. No. That was a long time ago. Heck. I totally forgot. Let me turn off event timers. Event timers are turned off. Okay. Oops. Let's also do a giveaway. I know there's only a couple of people hanging out right now, but you know, maybe... Oh, I forgot to set it up. Well, heck. Da, da, da. Oops. Okay. Let me make sure that my overlay is correct. Yeah, I usually do this ahead of time and I totally forgot today. Well, it's because I was playing Mew. I got to 248. I was very excited about that. 248 in Mew. So that's 2 gift subs now. 2 gift subs. On top of Jazz, who is kicking butt in that game. Level 270. That's amazing. That's amazing. That really... Level 270. I earn a nice tip for that, by the way. Thank you. 248 tomorrow. Let's go. Awesome. Thank you for playing. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, this is all correct. Ba, ba, ba. Giveaway. Let's start it. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Nope. Oh, there it is. Great. All right. 150,000 gold for ESO, PCNA or PCEU. And the command is exclamation gimme, Gimme. Enter the giveaway. Exclamation gimme. Hey, Cerno. How's it going? Hey, I hope you're well. Good to see ya. Just in time for the giveaway, my friend. Exclamation gimme. Enter the giveaway. Win some gold. Take my gold. I'm here to give you some gold. I will give. Yay, Jazz was first. Sad part, you don't play ESO anymore. My goodness. You don't play ESO anymore. Why? Is it because you're playing Oblivion Remastered? You don't play ESO anymore, but you came to chat with us? Yes. I'm sorry, I asked you several questions. Is that yes to Oblivion? It's on my wish list. It is on my wish list. Along with several other games that I have not yet played. Including some that were gifted to me that I still have not played. One day I will branch out. I will try new things. Like I feel like I'm a brave person. I'm an outgoing person, and I'm the kind of person that can be really hard to embarrass. Right? I'll try something, and if I mess it up, oh, it's fine, whatever. But I'm also like just like such a creature of habit. I've got a routine. I like to stick to the routine. And if it's not part of my routine, then I'll totally do something different. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. You can name several things wrong with this game, but you don't want to. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard them. Yeah, I know. I know. I know that, especially with the announcement of the way instead of the chapter and all that other stuff. I mean, I think a lot of people were disappointed with Gold Road. A little bit with Necrom, but not a lot with Necrom. I think what people were disappointed with Necrom and then Gold Road was the Daedric Prince being the center of the storyline. But the Arcanist was awesome, so people, I think, overlooked that with Necrom. But I think in general, people were kind of disappointed with Gold Road. And then I think people are even more disappointed with the content pass and the way they're changing up delivery of content. And, you know, I'm sure they have their reasons for that. And I think a lot of people are just still, I mean, corporate America, we've lost, I mean, brands are basically dead now for the most part. And they have been for much longer than I think more people have realized. But so we assume money, we assume greed. And in a lot of cases, it's 100% true. But I mean, you'd have to think that there's a reason. You know, there's probably a reason that they did that. Maybe they're not making what they needed to, and now they don't have staffing to develop an entire chapter in a year. I mean, I don't know. Guild Wars 2 model, a season pass, several updates. Is that how it is with Guild Wars 2? Because I feel like they release expansions And they're not as expensive as the ESO chapters. Oh, are they? Almost. So I know I have Genther Wilds still on my wish list also, and I want to say it's like $42. Necrom was great. Now they're doing a battle pass into your MMO. MMOs need to right size development to keep open. Right. But I do want to say that, you know, ESO is not the only one. I play Final Fantasy XIV. I have played it for many, many years, and they too have kind of slowed down their development. You know, they used to release a lot more content with patch updates than they do now. They also, you know, since COVID, released them a lot more slowly. You know, over COVID, it took them an extra year to develop the expansion. And now every major patch update, we used to get 2 dungeons. For example, when they add dungeons or, you know, they add a new tombstone and add new dungeons, it used to be 2 dungeons. And then lately we've only gotten 1. You know, the alliance raids are a little bit slow going. Like, so that's just another major MMO title that is releasing content slower and less than they used to. You know, it's difficult. It's really difficult to know. And, you know, we feel like on the surface, because there's still so many people playing that they're successful enough to maintain a cadence that we're used to, but that just may not be the case. I really don't know. But as someone who's played MMOs forever, I don't know. No more Guild Wars 2 expansions. It's the past. Okay, so they lessen the dev crunch and to develop with a smaller team. Exactly. And okay, and that's what I'm suggesting could be the case with ZOS and ESO. Maybe it's out of necessity. It's tough. It's tough as a player, especially a game that's been on for 10 years, to expect to pay a chapter price and get all of that chapter's worth of content at once. You know, and then switch to not getting that. Switch to it being like, well, it's the same price. We promise we'll get you the rest of the content later. That's tough, right? But I mean, that's 3 MMOs that we've talked about where the content is, you know, they're changing, they're pacing, and in some cases the billing structure models, the release models of its content. You know, and it's so funny. We were just talking about the other night. I forget what MMO it was. There's some MMOs that are still out there that are really old that are still putting out content. And I think about the first MMO. You all know I started playing EverQuest. It was my first one, and EverQuest used to release a new expansion like what, every 6 months. And they did for like 20 years, and just like they're still going strong. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Oh my gosh, Gumps, yes, look at EQ. I didn't even see your chat. Look at EQ, still going and developing. Need to change over time. Better than... stop developing the game like Guild Wars 1. Lord of the Rings Onride is going strong. 18 years old. 18 years old. That's great that those older games are like that. Was that the game that we were talking about? I can't remember. Anyway. So there's my wobbly camera. Something's going to... Oh, my camera is way off. It's way off. I must have bumped it. I'll have to fix it. Maybe that's why it's so wobbly. Maybe I knocked it off of the mount, or the mount is loose or something. Just need to develop for your current audience size. And I saw on Reddit not long after the announcement of ESO switching to the pass model, a lot of people were like, ESO is still like one of the high population, like there's a lot of players that still play. But you gotta wonder, like, are there? There's a lot of people that might be subbed because they paid for a year, or like I know in the past I've been subbed to 14 for time periods that I didn't play. I realize that's not a smart financial decision, but I mean, there could be people that on paper are subbed, but are they playing? I don't know. looks like I knocked my camera off. I bet you the mount is loose and that's why it keeps wiggling every time I touch my desk. You done non-sub with ESO and you still have to buy DLCs, right? Right, that's the catch. And with like 14, for example, of all of the ones that we've discussed, 14, you pay for the base game, you pay for every expansion, you pay a sub. Unless you're in a free trial account, which I highly suggest to anyone that is thinking about checking out that game. Definitely go trial. Do the trial, get the first several hundred of hours of questing and gameplay done for free, and then convert it later. Not on Steam, by the way. Don't do 14 on Steam. But yeah, I know it's a big change for a lot of people. I have not bought the content pass, but that's only because I've had a very, very, very expensive couple of months. Very expensive. 14 lately, having a blast. Nice. Yeah, I've been playing 14 since A Realm Reborn beta. So I wasn't a 1.0 player, but I did start in phase 2 of the beta for 2.0. The Yoshi P version. And I play it regularly. I just finished leveling all my crafters thanks to the Cosmic Exploration. You know, and I've been making script gear, or well, making collectibles to buy script gear, and yeah. Game is a lot better now. Are you comparing 2.0 to 1.0? Because yes, absolutely. I would argue there are some things about 14 that they've changed over time that are worse. As someone that's played it for that long. 2.0. Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, of course. 2.0 was amazing. And I didn't play 1.0, but Kira did, and a lot of my friends that I've known since 2.0 release, a lot of them did. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. I know that it's a lot better. But I do know that 14 has made a lot of changes to content for a couple different reasons that have been kind of disappointing. Free Child of Stormblood. Yes, that's right. It used to just be Heavensward, and now it does include Stormblood. Yeah, and absolutely 100% if you haven't played 14 yet, download the standalone or whatever. If you play on a console, you don't have to worry about that. Just don't do Steam if you have a PC. Anyway, get the free trial. It does have social limitations, but you can play everything. And you don't lose any of it if you do choose to. If you get to Stormblood and you've leveled all your classes and you're ready to buy and keep playing, you can just convert your account. Worth every penny. Oh yeah, I agree. I do miss some of the things that they've changed over time. So they've nerfed some stuff. They've, in addition to releasing content more slowly, they've nerfed some stuff. Some of the mechanics in some of the dungeons and other encounters, they've just made them, they're really appealing to the way MMOs kind of, speaking of old MMOs versus new MMOs, it's a newer MMO, very theme park, I think is the term. So they cater to people that maybe don't have the time or inclination to work on endgame, even to the extent where they just want their normal daily stuff to just be a breeze. And you can face roll through stuff. But like I was saying, like they've changed a lot of the encounters and dungeons, especially that early stuff that used to just be so fun, where they would have mechanics and tricks and things that you would have to work together and figure out, and it made the dungeon fun, and they just got rid of them and just made a lot of them just so much face rolling. I do miss that. I do miss the old versions of things. There is there's some world building stuff that's happened that new players don't get to experience, and I think that's okay. They reworked more than just a couple of them, Cerno. A lot. There's a lot of them that they changed the encounters to. Even last night we did our Alliance Raid Roulette and we got done scathed. And the second boss fight, I feel like they adjusted the size of some of the AoEs a little bit and made it easier. So that people who couldn't figure out the mechanic quickly enough, you know, if they were close enough, they were fine. Like, I still feel like they went above and beyond to nerf things. And I didn't really finish where I was going with that. So I think that's partially to continue to cater to people who might not have a lot of time, or people who, I don't know. I don't know why they would do that, but another reason that I do know of is they're making a mobile version of Final Fantasy XIV. And I have seen YouTube videos of people like previewing it. I don't know if they were supposed to do that, but people that are like capturing it in the mobile version. And I could see why they would nerf those dungeons in such a way to make it easier for mobile players to play it. Now, I would like to think that the mobile version is different, a different version of the game, but I feel like they're trying to make them the same, which is a reason why so many of those older dungeons that had somewhat tricky mechanics that I think would be very difficult for someone on mobile to do, I think that they were aligning that experience. That's my theory. I'm not basing this off of anything that I've read, you know, but I don't know why they would nerf the dungeons so badly, other than because that's some of the changes I noticed from watching that video. The video shows the player going through Stone Vigil, and we're watching the video and we're like, wait a minute, XYZ is different. Oh, it must be the mobile version. And then we actually went into that dungeon later just because we got it in our queue. And no, sure enough, they had changed the PC version, like the full version of the game, also in the same way. And it's like, oh, you know, bummer. It was fun before for it to be a slight challenge, and now there's very little challenge. I guess, I don't know. Mobile version looks good, but also questionable. I agree. Now, if they added mobile autoplay, right? Speaking of mobile autoplay, Kira has told me about, and it's got me started playing the new Ragnarok. I'm not a big mobile gamer, but he is. He loves playing mobile. Well, he's been playing Honkai Impact 3rd for... How old is that game? 10 years? As long as I can remember, he's played that game. No, not that long. He's played it for a really, really long time, and he consistently plays it all week. And he always does his dailies. I guess there's like 2 or 3 different sets of dailies that are due. Like, some are due on Tuesday and some are like on Thursday, but you can combine Thursday and Sundays and do them all on Sunday. I don't know. He has a timer on his watch, and he'll be like, oh, gotta do my dailies. But yeah, he's played that game forever anyway, so he's got me. I downloaded Ragnarok yesterday. I started playing it. It's cute. The localization, as they often are, is not great, but it's cute. I'm playing a swordsman and going to be a tank. So yeah. Let me get settled here in my... I'm gonna probably... My camera's gonna probably wiggle. Okay. All right. Let's see how my golden pursuits are looking. See if maybe I can do one of them. And I also can keep working on some of the crafting sets, but we'll definitely get into some Tales of Tribute today. But yeah, it's really cute. I just started it. I just barely got out of the first... There's like this main story that you do that's kind of tutorial-ish. It's pretty long. It took about an hour to do. And you finish it when you're level 20 and you choose your job or your class or whatever. just did that because it was late. All right. How's my inventory looking? Probably pretty full. Not only do I have a lot of sealed writs, I also have surveys, treasure maps, junk. Okie dokie. Oops. Okay. All right, Vezes. I do seek to do that. Okay. It's 144. Gosh. Are these Gold Coast potions? Can I not turn any of those into... Guess not. Surveys. Lots of sealed writs. I really got to get caught up and do some of these sealed writs that I can do. I know I have a jewel crafting writ that I can do. But most of these... So these... Recipe not known, but I bet you the recipe is expensive and I'll only get 2 writ vouchers for doing them. 40 writ vouchers. Orzorga smoked bear haunch. I wonder what that requires. Oh, heck. All right. 240. Oh, my goodness. How many times am I going to search for and then click on this writ? Let's accept it. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do it. Alchemy writ 222. I mean, why not? If I'm going to do writs, let's do them. Blacksmithing writ. Oh, okay. So many of these motifs I don't know. Okay, no blacksmithing writ. Oh, here's one I can do. 27. Let's do that one. Oh, gosh, darn it. Okay. Enchanting. There we go. I can do that. Two writ vouchers. I'm sure it'll be well worth the time. Did I do jewel crafting? No, not yet. Ooh, 61. Beautiful. Love that. I love how it keeps closing my menu. Wait, did I do jewelry? Platinum ring triune, of course. Of course it is triune. I think I only have like 9 of those left. I will say there have been a lot of game past couple years. It's going to be a while to come back to ESO. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes you just need a break. I have a provisioning. Okay, woodworking. Cannot do any of them. Well, shucks. I guess I'll do the ones that I know. And when I do writs, I go to Cat's house. Plus, I haven't finished the Golden Pursuit goal of visiting player homes. I think I've done 5 or 4. So give me another one. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got here. Jewel crafting, I'll have to do this one myself. Oh yeah, this is the one that's trying. How many prisms do I have? Oh, 14. That's not bad. I remember Laphonos gave me some. Paying the price to get those vouchers. Hi, Chashi. Good to see you. I hope you're well today. Epic quality. And it's epic quality. No, epic quality. I'm thinking legendary. Epic I can do. Great. Great. You were going to do it to get the house, but decided not to. Don't need another house. Why not? that's what I'm doing it for. Why the heck not? You never know. I was going through all my houses the other day and I'm like, would I actually decorate this house? Maybe. J. Hart Ellis sent me a whale jaw bone a couple weeks ago. And I went to my Ossa Exentium to put it there because, I mean, it should be there, right? And I was like, oh, I missed this house. I started to decorate it and then I did not finish it. I was originally designing it and decorating it with antiquity furnishings. I thought, oh, I'll find all of them and I'll put all of them in this house. Well, lo and behold, a couple months ago, you may remember that the antiquarian's home came up. Hey, Ham and Eggs, you're entered. Good luck to you. The antiquarian's home came up in the Crown store and I bought it. I feel like it's kind of iconic. So I'm just going to have to put all of my antiquity furnishings there. Oh, shucks. Did I cancel that? I did, didn't I? Am I going to the right place? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I digress. Too many games to play. And here you are playing BG3 again. Did you finish playing Clair Obscur? Or are you also still playing that? I'm so tempted to check out that game. But I'm like, oh, I have so many games I haven't played yet. You know, I figure some of you all might enjoy, you know, for me to play Oblivion.
If I have to wait around anyway, the least you could do is bring me a pillow.
That'll be 65 RIT vouchers. I'll bring you a pillow. I'll trade you a pillow for how about 100 RIT vouchers? How many do we have now? Oops. Nope. Nope. That's not where that is. 947. Okay, we almost have enough for another set. We're getting there. You're in the final act for 33. You played it for hours today and needed to take a break. Yeah, I'm super, super intrigued. But let's be real. When am I going to play it? Like I was saying very early on in this stream, I've got to kind of branch out of my comfort zone. Could be fun. Kind of how like some of you might think it would be fun and or hilarious and or all of the things that could potentially be for me to play BG3. Can you imagine? I feel like that game is going to make me very shy. Oh, museum piece. Xanon's workshop in Clockwork City. Well, let's not get distracted. Let's check. Because you know how easy that is to... Okay, no. I don't want to search. Oh, and I've still got a whole list of fish that I want to add to the fishing game. Shucks. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. And so my birthday is in a month. And I feel like I miss my blonde hair. Well, my hair is blonde. It's very... And it looks much darker on camera than it does in person. I miss my highlights. Maybe I'll do my hair for my birthday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Login calendar. I'm doing as quickly as I possibly can. 10 player homes. I'm at 6 out of 10. Oh, really? 5 ranks in a skill line? Oh, by doing writs on my other characters is how I'm getting that, right? Tribute matches, of course. You know I finished that one. Incursions and Dark Anchors. You can complete those at the same time by doing Dark Anchors. I could harvest resources by doing some surveys. 10 items inside my home. Oh, shucks. Well, next time I pick up my writs, I'll go do them. I'll go do them in my house. Okay. See, this will be easier than I thought. Okay. How about I will do is it? So many choices. 4 more player homes. Let's do that. And then I'll play Tales of Tribute. I don't want to get too distracted, but let's see. I'll just go. I can get it from going to my own homes, right? Let me go to the guild hall and I will show you. Rat Jam. I need to add that to the Discord. Anyway, let's go to the guild hall and I can show you all the pretty new decorations I put up. And some other stuff that I got from login rewards, I think. I also still have a furnishing pack that I bought months ago that I need to open and use. It was like it was bath themed furnishing pack. Okay, so let's see. I put a bunch of the flower stuff. One thing that I hung up that I'm a little disappointed by. Oh, not this one. Let's see. There's these little things. It would be nice if you could like ring them. So I hung wreaths. On the door, on some doors, because that's what you do with wreaths. You hang them on your door, right? Well, the thing that I was kind of bummed by is when you open the door, the wreath doesn't move. The wreath doesn't move. So you can see I hung these pink flowers. You know, they're just kind of everywhere. There's some random. Did I put some in here? No, not in here. Slowly but surely, I will continue to add decor to this house. I'm just grateful that it was already furnished when I received it as a gift. I think it was for my birthday last year. Anyway, I think I put some in here too. No, I didn't. Whatever. Oh, hey, is there a painting? I could have swore I saw something about a free painting. Yeah, there it is. Give me that. I love the paintings. One of my favorite parts of house decor, our wall. And you should see my house. Well, I mean, you can't see my house, but my house, my real actual house that I live in, every room has all the artwork hung. I used, and I messed up the artwork over here on this wall. There's two that are like a centimeter too low. I'm gonna fix it anyway. Like I measure out, I use a level and I measure out, and I like, if I have artwork that's like a series, I like hang them like perfectly evenly spaced, because if I don't, it'll drive me nuts, like those two pictures over there. Every wall in my house I have done with art, just art that we've bought over the years. And it really makes, for me in real life and in the game, it just makes a space feel more like a home. So yeah, love wall art. Can't wait to move to the new place. That's right. You have what, like 6 weeks to go, right? Are you taking all your stuff, or are you doing one of those things where like you sell your stuff and then you buy new stuff? Let's see. The only other thing that's new here is, like I said, I put these wreaths on the doors. And then there's this statue that I got. I think this was a login reward. This guy. Pretty cool looking. Only taken when you can fit in the car. Nice. That's going to be fun though. Talk about a fresh start. I'm really excited for you, Gumps. That's awesome. I know it's something you've been planning for some time. It'll be here before you know it. Plus, I'm the kind of person that I can be great about purging if I have to. I'm not a pack rat. I don't hold on to a lot of stuff. Like when I lost weight and I needed to go through my clothes. Get them out of here. I donated. Well, I gave my work clothes to Adris, the bestie, because I think she can use a lot of them. But the other stuff I just donated. You found a good home for your 2 stone gargoyles. Thank goodness. I believe that 100%. Were they like this size or like that size or like what size are they? Are they? Anyway, that's it. That's all I did in this house. Let's go to a different house. Emissary's Enclave. I got that for my birthday 2 years ago. Hall of the Lunar Champion. I don't even remember what I did with this house. Cat-sized and about 20 years old and heavy. Oh, I bet in that. Well, I believe it if they were stone. Cat-sized. Okay, that sounds like a cool decor item. What would I do with something like that? I don't know. We're not really sure. Oh, you know what I did? This house used to have a bunch of stuff in it. I know exactly what I did. I took all of the furnishings that this house came with, and I went and I put them in the Jode's Embrace that I bought years ago. See, now I'm starting to see why, why get another house? I don't know what I would do with, I'd probably put them on my front porch. That way when people came over, they would, oh, hey, these people are probably pretty cool. Right? Front porch. Pedestals? On pedestals? Naturally. Okay. This is counting toward the Golden Pursuit, right? Even though I'm only going to my homes. Yeah, it sure is. Perfect. And then after this, I'll start playing Tales of Tribute. And just a reminder, I am giving away some gold for ESO. 150,000 gold, to be precise. PCNA or PCEU. And the command is exclamation gimme. GIMME. Exclamation gimme. Win some gold. I will give you the gold. I will give. Okay, great. That should have completed that one. 8 out of 25. Perfect. Okay, 16 days. I should be able to do it. Honestly, I could do a lot of these in a day if I were to just sit down, bang them out, right? Oh, do I have crates? No. Oh, don't try to butter me up, Prakruti. I'm not buying anything. I'll take my free crate. Thanks for the extra potion. No, poison. It's going to be poison. Oh, it's a crown repair kit. No, I don't want to buy crates, Prakruti. No, I don't want to purchase a crate. I do not wish to continue. Hey, Tim Tor, good to see you. You're entered and good luck to you. I hope you're well, and I hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, let's sell these poisons. Don't want those. Every coin or gem, I mean. These crown gems, they will add up. Vigorous ragu. How's things? Things are really good. I was so sick last week. Oh my goodness gracious. So like 2 months ago, I was like, oh, I was sick with a stomach bug. No, I wasn't. Last week, I had a stomach bug and it was just, ugh. I was in bed for like 3 days. Ugh. But I'm well now. Yeah, I'm better. I'm fine now. But they are such lovely crates. Special price just for you. Oh, I'm sure. No, I don't believe it. Okay, it's time for Tales of Tribute. Oh my gosh, I didn't know Heck worked with 2 thieves. Good job, me. Oh, the AC kicked on. That's nice. Oh, I lost my train of thought earlier. I was telling you about the sensor, the temperature sensor that's up on my shelf behind me. Apparently, there's a way to look at the readings on a website. I would love to like be able to display it. I would love to be able to display it because you know what, that little thermometer that I had, the little digital thermometer, it goes through batteries so fast I feel bad. Like I don't like non-rechargeable batteries. And it uses, you know, the little 2032s. No, don't like that. It goes through them too quickly. So I've got to find another option because I'd love to share how warm it gets in here. And I didn't use my, you remember in my other room, I had the door with the exhaust fan on it. I still have the door, but I just have the regular door up. I was like, oh, let's just see how it goes. Maybe we won't need the exhaust. Yeah, we're going to need the exhaust fan. It gets hot in here. Yes, I am much better now. And you know what? I don't know if you have Turbo, Timtor, if you can hear me. You don't. I'm going to respond in text. Much better now. Thank you. Okie dokie. All right. Let's play Tales of Tribute. Do I have a quest? I do. I'm pretty sure I picked up this quest last night before I went to bed so that I would have 2 of them to play. Good job, me. Okay. Tales of Tribute. How's my ranking? Not well. I mean, do I want in on the dungeon? Uh-oh. 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 I gotta tell to go to a dungeon. My first response was, uh-oh. I mean, I don't mean that in necessarily a bad way. Okay, never mind. They don't need me anymore. Anyway, dueling tributes. So let's see. My ranking is in progress. I won several hands and, you know, I lost a couple like I do the other night. So I'm working on it, working my way toward it. I'm going to go ahead and join the queue. I'm going to go back to High Isle. Anyway. And I think that on my break, I'm gonna, oops. I only complain about this new chair. My armrests, they don't lock in place. Anyway, I'm gonna fix my camera. I feel like that's why it's so wobbly. I feel like my shoe, I know I recently adjusted it. I must not have tightened it all the way. Oh, there's a survey here. You know, I should do the survey while I'm waiting in queue. That's perfect. While I'm waiting in queue, I will do surveys, and that'll help me get what I need for gathering resources. So efficient. Now, if only I had some. Actually, I do have some antiquities. You know, I wish this event. Well, no, I can't say that. Never mind. I'm going to backtrack on that, but it would be nice if... Oh, there it is. There's my survey. Let's go over here, and then I'm going to accept the queue. Okay. It would be nice if one of the goals was to do antiquities. But that's okay. All right. Here we go with Red Eagle. I feel like my game is not very loud. And my music is very loud. How is it for you all? Some weird stuff going on with my headphones. I might need some new ones, which actually I do have some on my wish list that I really want. Yeah, the game's not very loud. I'm going to turn it up. Almalexia. Interesting choice. What should I... What would go well with Almalexia? Probably Kilaris. Kilaris. Who knows how to properly say that word, that name? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I know it's a hard C because I heard J. Hart Ellis say it once, but I don't remember if he said Kilaris or Kilaris. Oh, I should have done my war song. You know what? I'll get it next time. Oh, heck, they're going to get that Mother's Mercy right off the bat. Lucky ducky. You know, let's do a prediction. There might be some people that are interested in a prediction. So what do you think? Do you think I'm going to win? I suggest you wait. You've got 5 minutes to decide. I didn't take the Mother's Mercy. What did they take? Nothing. Well, I'm taking it. Do you think I'm going to win? Wait a few minutes. You've got 5 minutes to decide before you wager your hard-earned channel points. Do you think I'm going to win? Yes or no? Elder Witch. Okay. You know, not a bad start. I should sacrifice it. Yeah. Because 5 for B is better than -3 for them. You net 2 power that way. Do I have anything in here I want a necro? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the war song this time. Sure. Tithe. Draw another card. All right. I don't need that card, but I've got 2 patrons now. Kilaris. That's how they pronounce it in the Clockwork City Quest dialogue. Thank you. That was my inclination. It's difficult because in English, usually 3-syllable words, it's the second syllable that maintains emphasis, but not necessarily with names. So that's why I was like, oh, I don't know. Kilaris. Thank you, Timtor. I appreciate you. I mean, I always do, but thank you. It's been kind of driving me bonkers that I just I wasn't sure. Okay. And I would say the quest dialogue is the perfect. And maybe I would have found out if I had finished the Psijic quest line, but who really has the stomach to finish the Psijic quest line? Let's do this and we'll pull it back up. I don't have a combo for it, but that's okay. I'll take that power. I'll spend a coin. Okie dokie. Kilaris. Love it. Yay! And then, oh no, I just missed the ad break. Okay, perfect. I noticed the ads, but I didn't. Ooh, okay. Gosh. Oh, this is a difficult choice. How about... I don't want them to get too many Almalexia cards. Because once they start comboing those... But the Dreaming Cave is a good card. Got something tickling my face. House Marketplace is also a great card. Tough choice. Let's go with the Dreaming Cave. And, oh, nope, I won't be doing that. Don't really need to. 69 versus 69. Is that Gumps and definitely not Gumps? You won't win or lose in that case. break even. I feel like that's a safe bet, though. I knew they were going to go for that. What is it, Bardic Veneration? I think that's what that card is called. Yes. Okay. No problem. It's okay. Shucks. Let's get rid of this guy. I will take this. Maybe I'll get that Mother's Mercy. No. Shucks. Okay. It was worth a shot. A combo would have been nice on that, even though they don't have anything in their cooldown. When you discard, gain 2 prestige. I wonder if I'll get the opportunity. Yes, I will. I will get the opportunity to use that card. Okay. All right. So let's do that first. Let's discard this card. And then 1 card to the opponent's cooldown. You might think Lesson of Ayam, but actually this Philanthropy card is a lot more dangerous than it looks. And then I can also now confine it. Refresh 1 up. Let's do the 3 power. Why not? And we're going to, I'm not going to donate a card. And we're going to confine that Philanthropy. Great. Ooh, I can use this to combo. Love that. We'll get rid of these 2 because I want to get rid of that. Oh, it's escaping me. Let's see. Toss these 3, I guess. All right, and then this one. Ambush. That's the card I'm thinking of. Ambush. I wanted to get rid of that anyway. Like, I know the cards, but I often forget them. See, the only deck I don't really know all the cards to is Alessia, and I still have not unlocked that deck. I'm not a huge fan of that deck. Oh, no. Oh, I guess I can't. I was going to say, I was like, oh, no, I can win using, but I can't. They didn't have any agents up. I'm surprised they didn't spend their coin to get their card back. They totally could have. Okay, so we're going to donate a card for this. We'll reprieve Lesson of Ayam. Song goes out to Gumps. Like, I always imagine, like, you pop your collar. Okay, I have one of these. Let's have 2. Oh, shucks. They're probably going to buy this and get their card back. But you know what? I've been able to use it for 2 turns. And I have 3 patrons. Are they going to use this patron? No, they got rid of the imprisonment. There we go. Let's say they don't seem to really mind that I've got their, I had their, what do I want to bring up? Dreaming Cave? Philanthropy. It's a very, very powerful card. Yeah, let's bring up the Dreaming Cave. Nice. Very nice. We'll toss these 2. Let's draw another card. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope, not that one. This one. I often do that. I will click too fast and I will make mistakes. And every time I'm like, oh, I need to slow down. And then I don't. Let's take this one. Oh, and another card. Oh, this is going all right. Get rid of all those. And done. Not bad. I feel like I'm doing okay. They do still have some good cards they could mount to come back. What did they get rid of? Well, see, I have Mother's Mercy, though. Yeah. Okay, no problem. I can handle that. This. We'll do this and bring this back. Let's toss these 3. We will buy this. And that'll be my combo. Let's get rid of this. I feel like they would buy that and use it. Do I draw another card? Yeah, why not? Believe it or not, I don't. I'm not gonna buy the Time Mastery. I'm good. Feel like it's going okay. So there it is. I'm saying I knew they had a Philanthropy, and I'm like, I haven't seen them do very many combos with it yet. It's a really great card. You can pile up power just like using a Druid King Vestments and like a Forest Wraith. A couple toss cards, it's over. Ooh, okay. So they didn't really get a lot of power that turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. I knew that. And they spent it. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, for them. Okay. Not for me. I actually don't want any of those. This one. All right, and so I'm going to get a Mother's Mercy as my next card. It would be nice if I had something else on the tavern. I could buy the Prescience. Okay. Imprisonment's nice. Oh wait, now we're going to... Let's toss that one. And then the Midnight Raid. Oh no, Mother's Mercy. What would I want to bring up? Nothing, honestly. Let's draw another card. Midnight Raid. Another power. Oh, refresh. This is a refresh. None of them. Okay, that gives me 43. Oh, they didn't even play their turn. Oh, shucks. All right. It is a victory. It is a victory. Amazing. Oh, no. Mr. Bayer. I wasn't even going to mess with you. You forced my hand. Poor bear. Okay, perfect. So I won. You barely knew her. Same. Oh, bummer. Okay, hold on. Let me edit this. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, is there a pop-up somewhere that I don't see? Hold on. Oh no! Cancel. Ah, there we go. Hold on, let's see. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I broke something on my dashboard and I'm trying to fix it. One sec. Oh gosh. There we go. Delete. There we go. Exit. Fixed it. I fixed it. I accidentally put a moments button up there. And as you know, the moments sadly have gone away. Much to many people's chagrin, especially mine. Hey Deadpool, welcome in. Hope you're having a good one. Hello, hi, hello. Hey Papa Cannoli. What's good, friends? Nice to see ya. All right. Oh, I was going to draw the results of the prediction. I won. So that was a yes, 50-50. 69 versus 69. Nice.
Nice.
That was a yes. Is it Gumps or definitely not Gumps? Both. Yep. Gumps. Transferring points away from definitely not Gumps.
At PayPacanoli, you've won the giveaway.
What?
Type. Claim in chat.
Okay. Rigged. Wow, that was easy. Papa Cannoli, you won. Please claim your prize. Exclamation claim. Just like, yep, very rigged. Well, there's a running theory that like the last person or whoever enters at the last minute is the person that wins. Although honestly, we didn't have a lot of people entered in that giveaway, so I don't know. It could just be that the pool was small. Congratulations. As it says in the bot message, I just need to know where you would like me to send the gold, PCNA or PCEU. And I should probably know. Yeah, Papa Cannoli. Yeah, see, I should probably know this, but you never know. People change their minds or people have alt accounts. Okay, I think you know the drill. Because I am on PCNA, I'm going to send myself a message. And do it after the stream. So that sends a note to the Discord, and I will do it later, I promise. In the meantime, let's start the next one. And I'll also enter tribute again, and keep working on my surveys. All right, the next giveaway is started. Another 150,000 gold for ESO, PCNA, or PCEU. And as a reminder, the rules for the giveaways in this channel are as follows. 1 win per person per day. You must be present to claim your prize. I set them for an hour just because there's not a lot of people hanging out. So I feel like if I do them hourly, it gives the opportunity for more people to enter. And there's a timer on the screen where it says ends in and it's kind of ticking down. That tells you when the draw is going to happen. So if you've got something you need to do, or you're trying to time whether or not you can step away, when you need to be back, say you want to go chat with Tiri and then come back, whatever you're doing, you can be back at that time to claim your prize if you win. Simple as that. Let's enter another match. Join the queue. Okay, do I have any more surveys here? I sure do. Cheshi, you are entered. Good luck. I hope you're well. I don't think I've chatted with you in a minute. I think last time we chatted, it's probably over a month ago, and you weren't feeling well. I hope you have been well since then. I know I personally was going through it for a minute there, but all better now. I've recovered. Thank goodness. Oh, you know what? I should tell Tink that I'm playing Tales of Tribute tonight. You know what? It looks like you can go here, but you can't. You can go here. I'm going to take just a quick moment and ping Tink in the Discord to let her know that I am playing Tribute tonight. Perfect. Oops. Okay. To the west. Okay. I think I should go this way. Yeah. It's funny how they don't always show up on my mini map. Thankfully, I have those markers. Like, oh yeah, it's this one. They're also, oh, there we go. My last survey, nothing was glowing. Okay, here we go. Red Eagle. I always choose Red Eagle. Right? Oh, Rajin and Kuros. Okay, so let's do Caloris. Okay. Ooh. I like all these cards. Should... I rarely do what I should do. Oh, I like all these cards. Let's do Prophecy. Like, I think I would normally be really tempted to grab Jeering Shadow. And maybe things like that are why I do not have a winning record at Tales of Tribute. Let's start the next prediction. Do you think I'm going to win? If you would like to participate, just bet your channel points. You have 5 minutes to make a decision, so no need to rush. Check out the match, see how the first few exchanges go, and see they went for the Jeering Shadow. Not a surprise being the person that chose this patron. Anyway, see how the game starts off before you decide, do you think I'm going to win? Yes or no? I have a losing record, so if it doesn't look good for me, please bet no. It does not affect me at all. Try as I might, I am not a ranked player in this game. Unrequited love with this game. Bonfire. And another treasury. Let's keep going, doing some smart economy moves here. You usually place in the top 100. Same. Ooh, look at this grand larceny. Are they going to get rid of it? They did! Oh, I'm really surprised they didn't barter off that grand larceny. Ooh-wee, that was a choice. Let's replace... I'm going to get 7, so these two, because those are great cards. And I'm going to buy this one. I'm very surprised by that. Okay, cool. I like that. Yeah, top 100%. Same. Big same. I do too. That's funny. I love it. Oh, we didn't finish my Red Bull. Drank this. I started drinking this earlier. It usually wrecks my voice, but today it seems fine. Probably because I drank it slowly and so it was room temperature. I don't know. Maybe. Gross. Here we go with the Rajin's shenanigans. Okie dokie, artichoke. Obviously gotta buy the ambush. And a rag picker. We're just gonna weed out those little cards. Just get rid of them. Just get them out of there. I got up very early this morning. Mr. Mochi was like, it was so funny. He was in the middle of the bed and he was like, he's very snuggly, very cuddly, but he kept like rolling. Like he likes to sleep on his back, but sometimes he'll roll over and like bury his head. He had done that so many times that I had like in my sleep subconsciously like scooched over a couple of times. So I woke up and it was on the very edge and I don't like that. So I got out of bed because Mochi had basically pushed me out of my spot. Got up early. Okay. Let's get rid of, I guess this card. Just that one. Midnight Raid. I could do Augur's Council for the combo. I could also buy this Imprisonment. Just get 5. And then we're just going to barter off that Stubborn Shadow. Let's get that out of here. Just get it right out of here. So, I don't need a combo in the Grand Larceny, so I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn. I'm not going to spend my power to draw another card. All right. So, I kept my War Song. Wasn't my plan, but it's working out because now I'm going to get this combo for it. I used to do that back in the day. Like, anytime I played Pelin or Red Eagle, I would trade in my War Song or my reinforcements for the writ of coin. But I didn't do that this time, partially because I forgot and partially because I fell out of habit of doing that. But it worked out. So I would really like that Shadow Slumber, and it shall be mine. Okay, got that. We'll get rid of that. And I think pretty soon I'm going to need to start using this patron. I hate to say it. I might need to. It's a good thing I got that Midnight Raid though, because they have used the break combo already a couple times. And the Jeering Shadow has what, 2? No, just 1. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. No combo this time. And I'll probably just use this patron to get rid of it. Or the blackmail. Or this combo. So are they going to draw another card? What are they going to do? Oh, interesting. Okay. I see. This one, this one. Let's do this one. We'll toss those. Get rid of that. What do we do with the prophecy? Let's do this one. So, I mean, I don't necessarily want to get rid of the tithe, but did I get the 3 coin for the prophecy yet? No, not yet. So I could take the tithe, but there's not much I can do with it. Do I want them to have the tithe? Let's take the blackmail. Let's draw another card. See what we get. Yeah, that's nice. Perfect. I'm gonna take this crow. Because I feel like they're trying to build up some crows. We'll break that up a little bit. Hopefully I can get one of these two to get rid of this bewilderment. If not, I'll just treasury. Okay. Okay, great. I will actually take the Clan Witch. Maybe I can hang on to it for a minute. Plus it gives me my combo. Well, wait, I have the War Song. No, not this hand. Okay, perfect. So we'll get rid of that. And then... Did I play the Grand Larceny? Maybe I can get another Rajin card? Yeah, for that combo. Let's... Bonfire. And that's good. Okay, so I've got rid of my bewilderment. It is no longer a problem. Oh, you know what? Let me look. I was going to show you guys something. Let's see. Oh, so according to the sensor, I thought there would be a way that I could show you, but I really can't. According to the sensor, it is 89 degrees in here. That's probably about right. It's a bit warm. It's a little warm. Actually, no, I don't want to play that yet. Exactly, Gumps. Exactly. And let's... I don't have anything I want to get rid of, though. Let's do this, and then let's replace these two. I'd like to draw another card. There we go. Perfect. I'll take the Midnight Raid. And then now let's do the rid of coin that I just drew. Ah, shucks. Not enough to get rid of that, but that's okay. Because I chose to draw another card. Yeah, it's a bit warm in here. Well, if you'll remember, though, last year when I had my little thermometer and I was showing it to you, it was like in the upper 90s in here. Well, in that other room. Hopefully it doesn't get that hot this year, but it probably will. I mean, this room is larger than the other one, but not by a ton. Well, it's a decent amount larger than the other room. Great. Okay. Let's check up on them. They sure did grab a lot of these Caloris cards. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why they're not grabbing the Jarring Lullaby. Okay. So this and this. Ooh, okay, this is great. Let's do this, and we'll take that. And that. And this, and we'll replace these two. 5 coin, so let's draw another card. And I'll take this. Okay. Oh, no, another Grand Larceny. Okay, I wouldn't have had enough coin for it. That's okay. Yeah, I still have these single coin cards. I don't need them for combos, so I should get rid of those next. Oh, that bad kitty. Oh, Cooper. He's such a bad kitty. He just triggered one of our cameras. He's going into our neighbor's yard right now. Such a bad kitty. Okay. Okay. I should have probably bought this. That's okay. I completely forgot that I just said I wanted to get rid of some of these single coin cards. Oh well. He's expanding the family domain. Maybe. You know, and I really, really don't like it. I've spoken on this before. I don't like him going outside, but he really is a monster if we don't let him go out there. Excuse me. He's a really bad kitty. And I'd hoped that with the addition of the catio that we built, he would want to do that less, but no. He still wants to go out. Okay, so 15 coin. Let's Draw another card. Nice. Perfect. Wait. Red Eagle's in there. If I leave this here, I could potentially get a combo if there's like another card I can draw from the tavern. So let's see. Or combo. Yeah, there we go. All right, so do I have any of those singles? No, I don't. Must have tossed them. So let's do Plunder, Murder of Crows. Oh, beautiful. I love that. And see, this is kind of what I was hoping to get, but it's okay that I didn't. Okay. And just one Bewilderment. That's not bad. But yeah, he's... Every time he goes out, you know, I worry about whether or not he'll be back. I know that it's dangerous. I don't like him being out at night. And we try to... Because he comes in from time to time. Some days he stays in all day. I guess I could say that he has asked to go out less than he used to. And sometimes he does stay in all day, but... Sometimes he'll go out in the morning and then he'll come back in the afternoon and stay in. I don't like him being out at night. Because though it is a city, it is Phoenix... We have coyotes that roam just the neighborhoods at night in some neighborhoods. So, and then, you know, there's always, does he cross the street? Probably. It's dangerous out there for him. So, I mean, I don't like it. You know, I have to give him flea medicine too, which I don't like that either, but you know, you kind of have to. Boo. I really wanted that. Okay, so 2 cards. I'm actually going to toss these 2 because I want to get rid of this one. Okay. So we'll draw another card. Oh, a single coin. Are you kidding me? All of these cards and I got my single coin card? You jerks. Well, should get rid of that one. What are the chances? Jerks. Doggone it. Well, this next turn is going to be great. I wanted to get rid of that Bewilderment. I was hoping to get enough coin. I just needed 1 more coin. I just needed 2 coin to get rid of it. Because they took the Blood Sacrifice. It's the card I wanted. Shucks. And there's the Rag Picker. All right. Well. Oh well. I did my best. Okay. Let's do this, and then we'll do Dreaming Cave. Beautiful. Let's just get rid of these 2. All right, and this card. And let's get rid of these 2, even though this card is great. Oh, no, let's keep that one. Okay. Let's do some crow combos. Beautiful. Maybe some of those singles will come up. And I can get rid of them. There it is. Great. Not even that big of a deal. No big deal. Let's see. So 29 and 13 is 42. I have... So if I crow, and I know it's not a lot, if I crow, that'll give me, what, 48? And they have to toss a card. Are they going to be able to come back from 48? Do I risk it and crow? That's my next hand. Do I risk it and crow? Nope. Let's draw another card. I'm gonna run out of time. Oh, I clicked it. I clicked it. I clicked it. Shucks. That might not have been the right call, but that's okay. So let's see. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 break. So I would be down to 44. I see I would have won. I should have just done the crow. I would have won. That's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, let's draw. Not what I wanted, but that's okay. What do I have? Okay, let's get this. All right, perfect. Another harvest season. That's lucky. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And we'll get another card from this one. Love it. Okay. I think this time I'll go ahead with the crow. That's what I should have done in my last play. Okay. I didn't mean to draw that out. Okay, perfect. Almost got Rubedite. Yay! Another win. That's 2 wins. Awesome. Love that. So my survey items don't glow if I leave the zone and come back in. Oh, this one is. That's weird. It's weird. Yay, I know. Yes. 2 wins. Okay. Did I finish this one? I did. All right, that's all the surveys here. And so I've got one. I need one more win for my dueling tributes. I'm really surprised that I've won 2 in a row. Hermit crab. I haven't been paying attention to the fish. I have to look at my OBS to see it. Okay. Okay, prediction. 50-50, another 69 to 69. I did win again. I'm bound to lose one here soon, though. It's gonna happen. Okay. All right, I'll queue again. Let's see. Will this be the one? Will I get my Rubedite ranking? Who knows? And we do still have our gold giveaway running. 34 minutes left for 150,000 gold. ESO, PCNA, or PCEU. Exclamation gimme, GIMME to enter. Oh, Pelin and Hunding. Okay, well, we have to do Kelleris for those pesky Pelin agents. So pesky. Shucks, I'll take the prescience. Do they have a power? They didn't take the power. Oh, there's the power. Okay. What to say? I'm very surprised. Okay. I will do it if they are not going to do it. Oh, let's do this one. Oh, let's do this one too. Why not? Didn't get the combo, but that's okay. That's fine, right? 10 minutes before the ad break. I might have to snooze it unless this ends very quickly. But this ad break that's coming up will be the one that I do take my break. Let's get rid of... See, this is a really good card. I'll have 7. And I have a red eagle, so I'm going to buy this one. So let's get rid of that one. Take this one. And that'll give me another card. Power. Ah, shucks. I was hoping for 2 coin. That's okay. Oh, I didn't have one. I should have looked first. Well, doggone it. I should have looked first. That's okay. Okay. I'll take this one. And the power, I guess. I can't do much with it, but can do nothing with the coin. All right, let's see. Oh, give me 5 coin. I can't use any of these, so maybe it'll pull up something that I can buy. Okay. That's actually great. I'll take that. And then let's turn the hunting patron. Okay. Let's see how they're doing. Just the Shihai summoning. Okay. But they've been doing their... Oh no. Only 2 bits of coin. I've been getting rid of mine. They don't seem to be doing that. 5 coin. Once again, I can't do anything with that. Let's get rid of these 2. Oof. Okay, let's take a coin and draw another card. Power. And I'm gonna actually get rid of this guy. Just in case they have enough coin to buy that. Because they might. I could draw a prescience, which would give me 3. Yeah, I'll do that. Draw the prescience. Let's replace NC's victory. And I'll take the bonfire. That leaves me with 1 coin left. You should check your Florida retirement tickets. Got a few over the last 2 months you have not checked. What is that? Retirement tickets? Oh, lottery tickets. Just took me a second. I was buying those for a little while. Every time I went into the store, I was grabbing them, but we did a Costco run, and so I haven't needed to just like make little trips to the store for anything. So I haven't been buying any of those lately. Haven't won either. I think I won $1 on one of them. And I don't even know what I did with that one, or $2. Don't know what I did with it. It's probably in my work bag. Let's replace Knight Commander. It's a great card, but I don't have enough cash for it. Let's take this for the combo. Do I have? No, I don't. Let's do power. And we'll get rid of the Dreaming Cave. And also the Banneret. I'm a stinker. I know. I know. But I have like nothing. I have like no cards. I really need some better cards to come up on the tavern. And I need to do a treasury. Like, no matter what, I've got to do a treasury. So this. Replace Bankerai Sentries. I'll buy the Portcullis and the Blackmail. All right, a little bit of progress. Good luck, Gumps. Good luck. I have like no cards. That Prescience is the only card I have. Many years ago when you worked in a small business, the boss used to hate when the staff pooled their money to buy lottery tickets. They had faith that they must have had a lot of faith that you would win. I remember people doing that. I think people still do that. Like, of course people are going to pool to buy tickets. Of course they're going to. Who doesn't want to win the lottery? I don't know anybody that does not. They would be like, nah, no thank you. No one. Literally 0 people. 3 and 4, and we'll buy this conquest. Oh gosh, midnight raid. We'll see if they buy that or the conquest. Hey Nasty J, how's it going? You're entered and good luck to you. Good to see you. Oh, I didn't notice they picked this up. I've been trying to get rid of those left and right off the tavern. Let's see. Warrior Wave, Archer's Volley, Knights of St. Pellen. Well, they've been able to grab quite a few good cards. Am I win? Not this time. I won the last 2 in a row, which is probably why I'm not going to win this one. I haven't had any luck at all in the tavern. Yeah. It has not been kind to me, this hand. I sure hope they buy that Black Sacrament. Oh. And the ambush if they can. Try with patrons. Yeah, I mean, I could turn this guy. I'm usually pretty good about patrons. If I can turn them, I do. I mean, I obviously will in this instance. These are all great cards. I don't want to get rid of any of them. Let's see. So a card for 4 or 3 power. Let's do a card for 4. Take the Warrior Wave. And that's it. So I've got 2 patrons. Yeah. I'm always looking out for patrons. They're barely contesting the hunting. Really. Usually the people that select hunting are the ones that like the very first thing to do every single turn is turn that patron over. Know what I mean? That's been my experience. The players that like to choose it. Do I have an agent? No, not yet. I haven't been able to buy any. That's what I keep talking about with the tavern. Like the agents that have been available. I have not had the coin to buy them. But I also barter them off so that the other player can't buy them. So yeah. Nope, don't have any yet. And see, this is the kind of stuff that I get. Right? This is what my tavern looks like. And this, look at these cards that they've been able to buy. Both the Midnight Raids, Warrior Wave, Shihai Summoning, Dreaming Cave, Knights of St. Pellen. Crazy. Let's see. So, I mean, these cards aren't bad, but I don't need any of this stuff. Okay. I'll do power. Oh wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would only have 5 coin. I guess I can buy the imprisonment. Power. Oh, I meant to do coin. Shucks. Oh, here we can just do this. Great. Even better. Yeah. Sure would like to be able to buy some of these other cards and not all contracts. I did have an opportunity to buy. No, I didn't actually. I didn't have enough coin. Yeah, no. even though I've had this prescience since the very beginning. When this comes up, it's contracts or treasury cards. Okay, there's a conquest, and that's not bad. Let's get rid of the clan witch just because there's an elder witch. Oh, we're gonna do this one again. Acquire a card for 4, which is what I'm gonna do because I need cards. I mean, I'm okay with the power right now. I need cards. Surprised to see that they still have a single coin. And I think they have all their treasury cards. I haven't gotten rid of any of them. I think. What's the play? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna Palin? Oh no, they can't. Okay. I mean, sometimes. Sometimes. Let's see. All right. So this is a little better. I've gotten a few more cards. But they still have a much better deck than I do. Shocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them. They still have all of their treasury cards. That's pretty rare. I think most people try to get rid of those. Okay, I made them spend their power on me. So power and then power in a combo. That gives me 40, and then I have this card for this patron. And tied it up. 40 to 40. And I forgot to do a prediction this time. That's okay. Forgot a prediction this time. That's okay. Yeah, I hope it doesn't go to 80 because I have an ad break that keeps threatening to start. Hopefully it's over before then. So they have 48. Hey, Beanie Beans. Good to see you. Hope you're well today. Okay, 49. $48. Replace this card. All right. So we'll take this one. That'll give me 49. And 49. Are we going to take it to 80? I sure hope not. Gonna have to snooze the ads again. I know pre-rolls are on. Yeah, I couldn't have that time. Yeah. I had to get the one power just to tie it up. Hopefully they don't get that second midnight rate this time. Slight advantage that I have. We'll see if it works out for me this time. They still have all their treasury cards that keep coming up at inopportune times. They would have much stronger combos happening if they didn't have to deal with those. Okay. So these two, speaking of which, we've got the same problem. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Power, power. I've got 58. And I can buy this Legion's Arrival. 58. This might go to 80. I don't want it to go to 80. Oh no. Harvest season. Yeah, it is very close. Yes, it is very close. Oh, come on, ma'am or sir. Oh, man. They might be getting some help with these toss cards, dealing with all of their treasury coins. Is that Cooper again? That's Cooper. He's coming over to come in. Let's see if Kira saw that and let him in. Hopefully Kira lets him in. If he doesn't, I'm gonna go really quickly. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. That's not the one I wanted to click on. Okay, so we'll get rid of this guy. That's 58. I'm not gonna destroy any cards. So I have 67 or 66. I have 66. Oh, shucks. I'm gonna lose by 1. I lost by 1. Yeah, I only have 67. Shucks. Close. It was very close. Very close. You know, I only lost by 1, so that's not bad. I'll take it. I won 2 in a row before this, so I was due for a loss anyway. Okay, the ads need to run because my pre-rolls are on, so I am going to take advantage of this break. It's the 2-hour mark for me, so I'm going to go use the restroom. I'm going to let the cat in if Kira didn't. Oh, he might have. I see that he unlocked the door. Yep, he let him in. That's good. Anyway, I'm going to just stand up, stretch, take a break, go say hi to Kira and get some more water. I'll be back in a few minutes while the ads run. It's about 3 minutes. And if you're like me and you've been seated for a while, I recommend you do the same. Look away from the screen, go get some water, stand up and move around. Don't sit for too long. It's not good for you. You can get blood clots doing that. I learned that from Kat. Anyway, I'll be back in a few. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think I fixed my camera. Hopefully it doesn't... Yeah, that must have been it. Took me a minute to fix... Nope, still wobbly. Shucks. I don't know why it's so wobbly. I tightened the shoe, but it didn't seem to work. But I did put it back in the right position. It was in the wrong spot. All right. Hi, Wumbi Sent. Good to see you. You're entered. Good luck to you. Hey, Temple. This is my normal time. It's not my normal day, though. Yeah, I was super sick last week. So I didn't want to be off stream for a week, but I was in it. I'm better now, but I'm going to be doing Palea tomorrow. So I kind of need to get back into the swing of things. So I thought, why not stream tonight just to catch up and say hi to people. Get some ESO in for the week. But yes, this is a normal time for me, just not a normal day. Hi, Lady Riot. Good to see you. You're entered. Good luck to you. You're looking good. Your hair is super cute. Thank you. This is my natural texture. And it's getting quite long now, which is what I want. And my highlights are all growing out, so my hair looks really dark on camera, but it's not in person. Yeah, just on camera it looks really dark. What is a fundraiser to get you to try a particular game? I want you to try Pico Park with a bunch of your friends. Maybe if I had a bunch of friends. What is that? Is it free? What is it, Temple? What kind of game is it? And is it free? Hair look good, thank you. I have an emote like that. I actually made that emo. I made that emote based on the cute one that you put in the chat. Dawn Whispers emote. Yeah, I know. No. I have a hair toss emote. Where is it? Where's my hair toss emote? I know I have one. It's a tier 3 emote, I think. No, did I put it in a bits emote? Bits? Where's my hair toss emote? I know I have one. Shucks. I know my emotes. Here it is. There it is. There we go. See, I have one too. It's not as cute as Dawn Whispers emote, but you know, my artist did the best they could do. And I like it. I think it's cute. It was back when I used to like curl my hair instead of just doing my natural hair. Pico Park is like a party puzzle type of game. Ooh, okay. Hey, Bubbles. Hey, Gigipon. Hi, my friends. Oh, Gumsy found it way before I did. Howdy. Hello. Hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You don't think it's free. It's a multiplayer puzzle platformer. Kind of like Chained Together, but you're not always chained together. Oh, hey, Volgraph. Y'all are just in time for the giveaway. Less than 5 minutes left. Make sure you enter. You guys, you all know what to do. You all know the command. You all know it. Hey, Rothgar, how's it going? I have to lean back because I moved my microphone and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna bump into it. Poggers. Okay, so what is my record tonight? 2-1. I should start keeping track of it. I should start keeping track of it on the screen. All right, I've got 2 wins and 1 loss. You would have hit your mouth on it multiple times. I mean, the camera angle kind of distorts like where it actually is. Kind of. I don't know. This camera is pretty much straight on, but I have something new to show you another time once I set it up. Mostly lurking since you're working on, but saw you online. I want to say hello. Hello. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. I hope work is uneventful and just the time flies. Hi, Sandy Dutch. You're entered. Good luck to you. I we're having a great day. Bubbles, thank you for the froggy hat. All right, my friends. So I am working on my Dueling Tributes quest, and also my surveys because you know there's a golden pursuit. See how fancy I am? To gather resources. See, I've only done 2 surveys and I'm well on my way. I mean, I'm pretty clumsy. You get random boo-boos. Same. Oh, same. Well, that and I get stuff for my scratches for my cats. It sounds really fun. You said it's like $4. Temple, it's like $4. Well, you said what would it take to get me to play that? Let me check it out. Maybe we'll make like a channel point thing or something. And if it's gonna be kind of like the blindfolded dungeon thing. Like we did a channel point challenge like 2 years ago for the blindfolded dungeon, and you guys took months and you put in all your points and finished it, and then we couldn't get a party together to do the dungeon. So I just gave everybody their points back. So I mean, if we can coordinate it, which I would absolutely love. I know that there are some streamers that do not play with viewers, and I am not one of those streamers. I am totally down to play whatever game I'm streaming with other people, with viewers. It doesn't matter to me. I don't voice chat unless, you know, it's a blindfolded dungeon, for example, but I usually don't voice chat. Only if I'm doing collabs, like that collab I did with Steph of Anime, which was really heckin' cool. You were there for one of them. I know. I got one of my best clips ever from that blindfolded dungeon run. It was so good. My secret hole clip, I think that clip is that the one that's at 1,000 views? I have a clip that's at like 1,000 views. It might be the secret hole clip. It was from that blindfolded dungeon that we did together. And it was really awesome. I mean, it was a great time. And you did awesome. All right. So I need to, let's find our next survey location, and then I'll queue up once I teleport. Green Shade. Nope, not doing Green Shade. Auradon. Don't like going to Green Shade. It takes 1.5 years to find all of the surveys in Green Shade. Is there always up a wall, or I don't know, they're hard to find. Bubbles, how are you doing? So the thing about the microphone and why I moved it is because if it's not right next to me, like say if I like have it like, well, I'm not going to move it now. If it's like further over that way, I'll go like this. I sit and I lean over the whole time. Look, no, that's not very good. I don't want to sit and lean over my microphone.
Beanie Beans, you've won the giveaway. Type claim in chat.
Beanie Abba Beans. Beanie Beans. Congratulations, you've won the giveaway. Please claim your prize. Oh, this one's not fun to get to, but I can do it. Please claim your prize. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okie dokie. So, it's been a hot minute and my memory isn't amazing. Please remind me, or just let me know. You know what to do. Let me know where to send the cash. Why? I'm going the wrong way. Shucks. What am I doing? There we go. Hey, Bama guy. How's it going? Good to see you. PCNA Moon Sugar Daddy. Perfect. You know, ooh, I see a Psijic portal. Psijic portal. Can't do that while in combat? Who's in combat? Oh! Just out of nowhere. Yeah, see? I knew you didn't want to fight me. Let me send that right now. Do I have money? I sure hope so. I think I do. Yeah, I've got a little bit of money. Thank goodness. I forgot to check. Okie dokie. You're okay? Your body's acting up? Oh, heck. I'm sorry. It's gonna need some extra love, though. Are you cozy? Do you have water? Sometimes when our bodies are acting up, they really just need water. Give it lots of water. Try that. Mine was acting up last week, and water was also the answer. I had like a stomach bug thing. Oh, it was so terrible. It was so terrible. I was in bed for like 3 days. Ugh, it's awful. Okay. I am sending the gold right now. All right. Congratulations. It's on its way to you. Buy yourself something nice. Or don't. You know, whatever. Let me start the next giveaway, my friends. Because you know how we do. We do hourly giveaways. Another 150,000 gold, PCNA or PCEU. Exclamation gimme to enter GIMME, just like Lady Riot did. That's an old mount? Not old to me. I just got this mount. I just got this mount last week, or no, a week before before I got sick. I just got this mount. It was a gift. Yes, yes, Lady Riot. Daily wellness. Yes, yes, yes. I want you to feel better, Bubbles. I'm so sorry. Oh, heat hives. Oh, no. My little sister used to get those. Oh, man, those are tough because they sting. Do they sting? Allergic to something. Been going on for like 2 weeks. Holy moly. Well, I hope that you're able to have, I'm assuming you've probably sought medical guidance on that. Gosh, that is awful. I am so stinking sorry. That sounds miserable. Ugh. Absolutely miserable. Okay. I think I needed to, yep, gently rappel down the... I knew I needed to come this way. I knew I had to jump down. That was planned. All right, let's queue up. Oh, okay. Oh. Tales of Tribute. There we go. Did you change anything recently? New soap, detergent, food? Yes, good questions. Especially with soaps and detergents. I had allergies to those as a kid, and I still sometimes get contact dermatitis. When I was a kid, I was allergic to anything scented. So like scented laundry soap. I was allergic to Dawn, the dish soap, which got me out of doing the dishes. But I grew out of it, so I ended up doing the dishes. Because back in the olden times, especially in naval housing where I grew up, we didn't have dishwashers. We didn't have a dishwasher until I was in middle school. Nothing changes. Fragrance free since you had a breakout like 2 years ago. I think you probably meant eczema. I'm just going to assume you meant eczema. Love you, Bubbles. Yes. You don't have an allergic reaction, but scented detergent does cause nose irritation. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Perfect timing. Let's go stand on this rock and play Tales of Tribute. Shucks, my nose is a little... So I'm hoping that you're able to, if you have not already, make it to a medical professional to get assessed. Oh, Alessia. Usually the person that chooses second doesn't choose Alessia. Hunting Alessia, Red Eagle. Ugh, this is all gross. We need something fun. Crows? Crows. Sorry, my nose is being extra gross right now. Complain like a little kid to Gigi. And go, am I going to die? No, I don't. I mean, I'm not a medical professional. My gut instinct is telling me no. But I think you should definitely get an assessment from a professional if you haven't already. Make it, yeah. So some things that can help with those kinds of things, just because my little sister used to get them all the time, is like an oat bath. Lots and lots of calamine, but I'm sure you don't want to do that. Benadryl, but we don't know if it's an allergy. So, I mean, you could try Benadryl to see if it helps. If you're able to take Benadryl, take the smallest possible dose, see if it helps you at night in case it makes you sleepy. I don't know if you wanted to. I mean, I think that's something that's kind of harmless that you can test at home. Okay, I need to finish my turn. Power, hunting. That's all I can do. Oh, I should have done Alessio, but I didn't have enough coin. One more Dishon Delve boss, and you'll be done with your pursuit goal. Perfect. Brought it to the dock, and it'll keep me posted. So now we wait. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully it's almost done with you, because that just sounds miserable. I hate this Alessia. I hate the Alessia deck. I'm not even going to try to lie. So I don't really want to play it. I don't really want to do the patron. I'm just going to hopefully get crows and other cards. Whatever. And the Saint's Wrath or Saint's Wraith or whatever it is. Good job, Lady Riot. I know there are so many options for the Golden Pursuit. And we were talking earlier, then Gumps was like, do I need another house? Like, yeah, I guess I don't either. But I still want to do it. I still want to do it. Okay, let's do another coin and... I mean, I could take this harvest season, but nah, let's just do it. Let's just do one of these. You need it? Nice. I got you. I need it just because it's a goal that I can achieve. Let's do it. Let's achieve it. It's an opportunity. It's a free house. I don't know. For me, I can't pass it up. It's like the gamification within the game. Must collect all houses. Sounds expensive. All right. Another treasury. Oh, I forgot the prediction. Okay, so we've got the game is off to a decent start. Would any of you like to wager some channel points? Do you think I'm going to win this hand? Yes or no? It's okay if you think no. If you think I'm just, my hands, it's already off to a bad start and it's not looking good for me, vote no. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I have a losing record overall anyway. But you could win some points. Take your time. You got 5 minutes to make a decision. Now that I definitely have to get rid of. And I'll buy this Warrior Wave. And we'll turn this patron. And I'm done. Something in my trackball. Probably Mochi hair. Mochi's hair gets everywhere. I don't think that's worth the coin. Let's just buy this guy. See if something better comes up. Oh, shucks. No cards for 4, so I'll take the power. And I'll do a treasury. Okay, that's my play. See if I have enough time to get the Mochi hair out of my trackball. Because it's sticking. Oh, well, that was fast. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because I'm already in it. I forgot to turn it off. He's blinking at me. I thought I turned it off. No, I didn't. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Oh, much better. I'll take this. Well, can I get the combo? No, I can't. Has the other person turned this patron once? I don't think so. Thanks for the positive love. So have to be done with him sooner. Oh, I hope so too. Or even understand why. Yeah, it sounds very frustrating. Ugh. It drives you crazy both ways, right? Oh gosh. Well, hopefully they've given you some advice on how to ease the symptoms a little bit. Let's see. So, still not a great tavern. Let's turn this. I want to 3 power. Okay, either way is fine. Then we'll do the coin and we'll buy this one. And then, oh shucks, too bad I don't have another coin for this one. Let's do power. 26. All right. I mean, it seems to be off to a good start. I feel like I've barely done anything, but I do have several cards that are good for power. And this person chose this patron, but they have not touched this once. Not once. Usually the people that select this do so when they get the first choice. And they spend their first like 4 or 5 turns, just all they do is they slam this patron. And they build up a ton of these. Decided to lay in bed and not move. You've earned it. You've earned it. Maybe Gigi Pon will bring you some snacks. Gigi Pon, get some snacks, please. Snacks. We need snacks. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Ugh, gross. Okay, I'll take this. Do this and this. And coins and the Midnight Raid. There we go, that worked out. And I turned 2 patrons. Hard rule, no food in the bed. I don't well, yeah. Kira's the same way. Well, not when I'm sick though. I'm allowed when I'm sick. And so is he. I'm the one that does the sheet laundry, so as far as I'm concerned, like it's really up to me. I wash all our sheets and blankets. All right, let's see. Oh, shucks. What's this? Not what I want. Okay. Well, I mean, let's take it anyway for the power. And then we'll do this for the power because I don't have any cards here that I can purchase. And we'll just get rid of these. And I think, what is that single coin? No, it's a sword. We have a sword. Did I get this combo? I didn't, so I could draw this and get my power back and do the combo. There we go. Shovel my deck. Wait a minute, you do too. You sneak them in sometimes. See, there you go. That's when you make the couch a bed. You can eat in the couch bed. So yeah, it's great point. Great point, Lady Riot. You could try that, Bubbles. No one said anything about the couch, right? Gigi Pon? Seems to me like the couch is fair game. Okay. Yeah, we're doing great in this hand. Could I buy this Hellshira Herald? Sure. No, I'm not gonna have enough. Oh, I will. Coin. And well, let's acquire this one. There, I'm happy. Gigi Pon, you are entered. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. You like the bed better, more room. You're too tall for the sofa sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize you were tall. Not me, I'm small. I'm small, I fit. You are entered, won't be sent. Good luck. Don't tell them about the snack. No, you told me snacks aren't allowed, so far as I know, there's no snacks. Because you wouldn't break that rule, right? No snacks. All right. I would like this one. Rothgeiger entered good luck. I would also like that midnight raid. Let's see if I can pull it. No, but this is fine. That's 3 power. And I got the combo on it. 37. No snacks in the bedroom. Crumbs, bugs. Easy. Well, I don't know. I feel that perhaps my opponent is new to this Alessia deck because they chose this deck, but they're not playing it. So which is kind of understandable. It's not super clear like the best way to play the deck. I guess you just learn from other players. Let's take this, and we got our combo. Let's replace Highgraven because we have Matron. Not that we're gonna need it. I mean, I could take this power. That would give me 43. It would give me 40. Yeah, let's just do that. Look, I've got 40. You don't like this deck too much. I don't like it either. I don't like it either, Nasty J, but I've been talking about how the other person has not been playing it. And what I mean by that is, like, typically, from what I've seen, people who are successful with the Saint Alessia deck, they only choose it if they get the first choice, right? Because you kind of need to, every turn for like the first like 4 or 5 turns or so, your only move is to be hitting that patron and building up those Chainbreaker Sergeants, I think they are, cards. And my opponent didn't do that one time. I feel maybe they're new to the deck or they're learning the deck, and they didn't end up with any agents at all. They had 0. Oh no, 1. They had 1 that they purchased off the tavern. And the agents usually aren't that big of a deal with that deck as long as they don't also have other agents from other decks. Because they're all 1 health. They're all easy to get rid of. 1 health. Are any of them even more than 1 health? I think most of them are just 1 health. Okay, so that was a win. So my record tonight is 3 wins and 1 loss, which is, whew, that's crazy good compared to my record. And okay, so the person who wagered 10, you're only losing 10 points. So that was a yes. Who won those 10 points? Timtor. Congrats on your 10 points. Okay. All right. Do I have another survey? I do, in the same location, so I need to run around and refresh it. And a reminder, if you haven't entered the giveaway, there's 42 minutes remaining. You must be present to the time the timer expires to claim your prize if you win. And the other rule for the giveaway in this channel is 1 win per person per day. And that's kind of on the honor system. So please don't be like gaming multiple accounts, because that's rude. Someone else did that and they ended up getting banned. All of their accounts got banned. And I told everyone else about it. So don't be shady, because we will eventually find out. You figured someone should put in for no. Timtor actually gained something because of it. Nice. Okay, it is... Okay, that's okay. 9 o'clock already. Did I not go far enough away? I didn't go far enough away. I didn't reset my... Well, did I pick everything up? I think so. Yeah, okay. We gotta run really far away to reset this one, apparently. We've just gotta scoot our booty a little further up this beach. Okay, this is really excessively far. It should have reset by now. Hey, Ogre Tusk, how's it going? There's a name you haven't seen in a bit. I know, and that's partially because it used to be something else. I was sick. Well, no. No, I mean, I've honestly, let's be real. I've been down and out for like a year now. I've had a really bad year. I had a really bad year. well, had a really about like 6 months, and then another 6 months of improvement, and then, you know, some other weird stuff. I don't know. It's just, I can't get ahead. I'm trying. Anyway, so I haven't been around a bunch. I know I haven't been around a bunch. I would really like to change that. I swear. And I've been saying that forever, and everyone's like, yeah, sure, whatever. No, I mean it. What is this house? I own this house. Oh, that's the Sea Bloom Villa. Great. So let's find our next location, and then I'll queue up for the next match. Not Green Shade. Deshawn. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Deshawn. Let's go. And then I'll queue for the next hand. You get it. Been out of work for 3 months. Out of streaming till about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And that's one of the things that happened. So, oh, you know what? I've been wearing this frog hat for 30 minutes. You're welcome, Bubbles. Yeah, that's how it got. Well, no, that's not how it got started. It all got started when I went to Iowa for my dad's surgery, and it was a devastatingly horrible trip. He's fine. It's not because of that. It was because of other reasons. And then while I was there during the devastatingly horrible time, I got laid off. So I was laid off for several months. Yeah. And just, yeah, it's just been a lot. There's been lots of stuff, but that was the worst. That was the worst part. The worst time was, you know, this horrible experience that I was having. It was really broke me. And then, you know, the day before I was supposed to get on a plane and come home, I had that last minute 15-minute quick sync meeting pop up on my calendar. You gonna do it? Yes, no, yes. There we go. And then the next day when I was supposed to leave, my mom had a stroke. So I didn't leave. It was awful. It was terrible. So yeah. And it just, everything took such a toll on me. It was just incredible. And I didn't really realize how bad I felt until I felt better. Okay, listen. I wasn't even gonna interrupt your day. I was gonna leave you be. But yeah. It's been a year, but I've turned it around. I'm doing really good now. I don't want that. Okay. I want the ore. I don't want that. There we go. But yeah, everything's great now. Like over the past year, though, I had a lot of stuff that I dealt with. I've had some wins. I've had some great wins. I did get rehired by the company that laid me off. The job doesn't pay as much as I used to make, but it's fine. I make enough. And I lost 56 pounds, and my I do still want to lose a little bit more weight, but I've been slacking. I blame the flooring saga on what's really killed my my motivation to 56 total. I would like to lose maybe 10 or 15 more, and then I'll be done. Oh, I got them all. And I didn't queue. I forgot to queue because I got distracted catching up with Ogre Tusk. Glad to hear that you got back into streaming, though, Ogre Tusk. I know you didn't do that for a super long time, so I hope you are enjoying it. I, too, am returning from a long wait. Oh, my Dueling Tributes quest. Hold on. I'll leave the queue. Okay, let's go turn in the quest. I'm glad I noticed that. It usually takes me much longer to get my free wins. Yeah, my weight loss has slowed down just a little the past couple of months, so we didn't have any of our furniture in our rooms. The treadmill was in the dining room, propped up. Anyway. Midnight, have a good night. All right, Gumps. Good night, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you and all your support. Thanks for the jokes and the emotes and using commands and all your kind words and for sharing with us. You always share stuff with us. So thank you for being here. Have a good rest. We'll see you next time. Hopefully tomorrow over some Palia. Good night. Good night. Yay. Yeah, it is great. It is great. And another reason why my weight loss has slowed down is because I made it the majority of the way. You know, I lost most of the weight that I wanted to lose. So I wanted to lose about 70 pounds. And that would be like my so I had like a soft goal. I had a soft goal which was 60 and it was around 60 pounds. It was my soft goal. So right around where I was. I've lost a couple pounds since then. And so because of that, and so because that's a lot of weight, and it was actually weight that I gained. So you all have known me for the time that I've been on Twitch a certain way, but that was weight that I gained years ago. So I still had, like, in storage, like all of those, you know, those big totes, those big plastic totes of all my old clothes. I kept them all. So once I lost the majority of the weight that I wanted to lose, and I was able to go into my storage and take out all my clothes, and I still like all my clothes. And, you know, getting to wear my old clothes and just like feel better about everything after the hard year. Like, I feel like I also just was kind of like, okay, I did it. I'm good. But I still have some clothes that I can't quite fit into. I haven't lost all the weight that I gained, which is why I'm saying like 10 or 15 more pounds would put me at like all the weight that I gained. So no big deal. Like I'm healthy and my doctors are all very proud of me, and like I said, I got the majority of the way there. So that, in addition to not having access to our gym, has just kind of slowed things down for me, but I am ready to work on it again. But yeah, it feels great. Oh my gosh, that was really quick. Okay, no queue. Let me start a prediction. You've got 5 minutes, remember. You don't have to bet your points right away if you want to. But if the predictions become a thing that we don't want to do, then I'll just stop doing them. It's fine. Just there for funsies. You hear your husband moving the bins. Got to bring out the recycle. Okay. All right. You're a sweetie. See you in a few. Get it. Similar journey for you. Yeah. Good job, Bubbles. We're killing it. So. Let's do Druid King. That's my favorite. We haven't played Druid King yet tonight. Oh, look at all these beautiful cards. I'll take this. I'd really hope for 5 coin. Excuse me, but that's okay. Oh no, hiccups. Oh shucks. I'm gonna take that high respects, aren't I? Oh goddess, excuse me. Thank you very much for the follow. My goodness gracious. My nose is giving me a hard time tonight. Okay. I'm going to take one of them. Should do treasury. Y'all know me. I'll do it next turn. I'll trade in my war song. I think. Look at all these wonderful agents. But yeah, so like I said, I made the majority of the way to my goal. I could/should keep pushing, and lose those last 10 pounds or so, and then I'll be fine. But I'm a healthy weight now, so there's like no pressure. I just want to do it just because of all of my old clothes. I still have I still have a few things that I really want to be able to wear again. So. I'm gonna keep trying. Stick some tissues. I normally would if I wasn't streaming. Oh, but I think it was just... See, nope, sorry. I probably should take care of that. I sneezed when I went out to take my break, so I think that's my problem. Ooh, Eldertide Fern Witch. I do prefer the Drafa Right color. How many have they picked up? Let's see, 2. And I have 1. I'm gonna grab another one. And that's it. Yeah, no, not this time, Bubbles. I'll take care of it though. Just let me I wonder if my buttons still work. I haven't tested them in a while. Let me play my turn and then I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay. I actually kind of want that clan witch, but I also want to get rid of this. So let's take the imprisonment and do this. Oh, and we can grab this luxury exports. That's not bad. Let's draw another card. Why not? Ah, shucks. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay, BRB. Alrighty. Good to go. It's so terrible. I swear it's a hereditary thing with my family. Alright, so let's see. Oh, I probably should have played the other one first, right? Oh, no, I think it's okay. No, it's a good thing that I didn't. Oh, no, it doesn't matter with these two. Any card placed in cooldown. An agent is placed in cooldown. Okay. Not one of those activated cards. Would like the Briarheart Ritual. However, I will take the Clan Witch. Can never have too many agents. Let's be real. Okay. Perfect. Just a few seconds left on the prediction. And about 28 minutes on the giveaway. I am giving away 150,000 gold for ESO on the PC platform. Either NA or EU is fine. Exclamation gimme, GIMME, and I will give you some gold if you win. And the rules for my giveaways are we do them once every hour, 1 win per person per day. You must be present when the timer on the screen expires so you can claim your prize. So if you've got something else you need to do, you'll know when you should be back. If you can. I try to be a little transparent about it, you know. You know exactly when it's going to happen. Oh, you know what I want to do? I don't have enough power to do it. Oh, shucks. How do I get more power? Okay, here's a power. Probably should get rid of the ritual herbs, but that's okay. And I normally say herbs. Shucks. I don't have enough power to turn this and get my chimera. Shucks. Okay, that's fine. Let's take... It would be nice if, say, a harvest season came up. Ah, shucks. Okay. Well, we'll take this for good measure. Oh, well. Next time. Next time. Who was sending emails at 9:15? Oh. Always look, you get a work email at like 9:15, 10 o'clock. Some people work so late, not me. What are they going to do? They're certainly not trying to do anything with my agents. Hey, Thabia. Good to see you, my friend. I do enjoy knowing exactly when we draw. Some people are so reluctant to say because they want people to just be paying attention all the time, but you're bad at paying attention. See, and I that's another reason. Like I said, I try to make it easy for people while at the same time also applying some rules, but also I do them hourly just to allow for more people to have the opportunity to join. 1, 2. I need another Druid King card. No, that's 3. Yeah, I need another one. So let's buy this one. We'll get rid of that. There's a Harvest Season. Shucks. I said I need another Druid King card. There isn't one there. Okay. Well, what I can do is I'll take this. I will use this. Actually, now would be a good time. And then now I'm ready to go for the next time I have 4 green cards, right? Druid Kings. Let's draw this one. Oh, Harvest Season, but it's a single coin. Yeah. And I'm happy with the tavern. I'm going to leave it as is. How are you, Thabia? Good to see you. Playing Void Train. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it. I don't know how I have heard of it, but it seems familiar to me for some reason. We talked about it before, maybe. You're good. You've been enjoying Void Train. It's a survival crafter. Perhaps that's where I've heard of it. That sounds familiar. I probably asked you about it last time. Gosh. Still only three Druid King cards. Maybe we'll get a contract. Let's see. One can hope. Ooh, a Forest Wraith, but they'll take it. Oh, are they gonna go for the crow? Go ahead, take that crow. Oh, shucks, I didn't notice the barter. Shucks. I was the sucker in that story. Okay. We've got an abundance of coin here. Let's take this one. And this one. I need power. Let's take this. Maybe we'll get an imprisonment. Ooh, and a plunder. Okay. I don't want to just be buying all these cards though. If I don't need them, I really shouldn't buy them. Well, no, that'll give me prestige. Well, let's take prestige. It's not the same as power, but whatever. And I only have 1 power, speaking of which. We'll use it on that one. I really don't have a lot of power cards, do I? Gosh, no, I don't. Okay. Yep. Pool of Shadow. Why can't I see there? Okay. 2 Pools of Shadow. Toll of Flesh. They've got a decent number of crows. I know I just picked up a couple myself, though. Do they have any oratories? I don't think so. No. All right. Ambush. Shucks. I was hoping to use this one more time and then sacrifice it. Oh, are they going to go for the Midnight Rail? They could buy both of them. Enjoying Void Train. I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, I saw you go live earlier today. That was today, right? I think it was today. Yeah, I knew they'd go for the ambush. What the heck does a girl need to do to get a chimera around here? I've had this patron turn twice. This will be my third turn. Black Sacrament, that's generous. Let's do this one actually, just in case I don't get any more power. Okay, and this one. And this one will replace this one. Let's do that one. And bonfire. Come on, I just need one more. Shucks. Let's buy this for the power, and we'll get rid of this because they probably want it. Never managed to get a chimera. It's tough. It can be, but I mean, with as many Druid King cards as I have, and the fact that I turned this patron 3 turns ago, I should have had it by now. Shucks. There's even been contracts on the tavern. Alas, not today. And there's another Forest Wraith. I didn't get either one of those. Oh no, I think there's 3 Forest Wraiths. There's 3 of them. Shucks. Okay, blackmail. Where's all the power? Although I've got a Murder of Crows. And a scratch. It's not enough. It's fair. Yes, spend your power. Oh, shucks. Shucks. Okay. Oh, I've got to get rid of a card. Fine. This one. Okay. Is there any chance of getting patrons on this one? Maybe. There's a power. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's draw another card with what little power I have. Great, and it was a combo. Okay, I needed that. Let's take this one. And then we'll get rid of this. Though I need to get rid of this. Yeah. Oh, they have 40. They have 40. Shucks, I lost. Okay, so that's my second loss. Yeah, I just... I started off strong. I just could not get that. I can't even believe it with all of the Druid King cards that I had and the fact that I had the patron for like 4 or 5 turns. It just didn't work out. I was eliminating my treasury cards. Maybe I had too many crows, but I was picking up the crows to keep them from buying all of them. Okay. So that was a loss. Did I do a prediction that time? Where's my prediction? I did. Ooh. Oh, but it's not that many points. Okay. A lot of you voted yes, and thank you. I was on a pretty good winning streak up until that point. So let's see. That was a no. No. Big fat no. Just play Todd on NA. Yep. I think maybe I unlocked Tales of Tribute on EU. I'm not sure. I might not have unlocked it yet. I'd have to check. But so far, yes, just NA. Shucks and heck. All right, let me find my next survey location. Bangkarai. Mouse no work. There's no one in Bangkarai. Okay. Blackwood. No. Okay. Do I have any? I already did Dishon. Do I have Eastmarch? Do I have any in Eastmarch? Rivenspire, Stormhaven, Northern Elsewhere. everywhere else. Let's go to Grotwood. Maybe I have some there. But yeah, so far just NA. Do you play on EU? Nasty J? All right. So as soon as I get to a location where I have a survey, I'll queue up for my next one. I'm simultaneously working on my second Dueling Tributes quest. My Rubedite ranking, which I've come so close to and lost. And also working on Golden Pursuits to gather materials. And I don't have any here. Where did I say I have some? Bankurai. Oh, just one. No big deal. Let's go here. But yeah, so far just NA. I don't spend a lot of time on EU. And I created a character on EU that is a character that I've never played before as a necromancer. I don't have a necromancer on NA, and the whole point of doing that was to encourage me to play on EU, and it hasn't worked yet. You haven't seen a streamer who plays on EU yet. So there are some. There are some streamers that have like EU days. They play EU. All on NA play top. Maybe I'll have to unlock it. Let's do Red Eagle and Crows, and we'll see if they choose Caloris. They might. This person might just, yeah, they're just into the chaos. You know, a few who play EU, nice, nice. That could be another good goal, to level my Necromancer and to play Tot on EU. 6 coin. Ooh, a Forest Wraith, but there's also a Dravo Right Collar. Oh. You only know 2 or 3 people who play Tot on stream. Nord plays on EU. Yeah, and Nord plays Tot too, right? Shucks. Let's take the Forest Wraith and do a treasury. Shucks, I really want that Dravo Right Collar though. At least I think Nord plays Tot, yeah? Oh, shucks. Well, I made them spend their coin. Okie dokie. The Prescience is nice. Deepwood's Ritual, also nice. I'm gonna go for it. And I'll do my treasury next turn. You see, I said that in my last hand and I lost my last hand, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Working on a new housing build. You're trying to make an in-room into a dorm. Good idea. That's a great idea, Lady Riot. Can't wait to see it. I love those really unique builds. Kind of like the house that I toured when we met Charmy. Ooh, Druid King Vespence. It's all mine. I will take it. Thank you. Sucker. All right, let's do the war song. Oh, they've got 2 agents or two patrons. I gotta be careful. I need to be very careful. I have 2 power on my next turn, so. Oh, good. They turned one they already had, so thank goodness for that. Great. So there's 5. That'll give me 6. And it'll turn the patron. And I'll buy the Dravo Right Collar. Did I start a prediction? No, I forgot, didn't I? Okay. Let's do it now. I know we're not doing a ton with the predictions, so maybe this will be the last one. Hey WP, you're entered. Good luck to you. Good to see you. Okay. So we got the DKV. Good to go there. Let's take this time mastery. And let's do Deep Woods Ritual. And let's draw another card. Shucks. Oh well, that's fine. Bean is trying to help by walking circles on your lap while you're trying to use the keyboard on the other side of her. Who's Bean? I know you have a cat. No, gosh, I'm thinking of someone else. Is it one of your two cats? Okay. Okay. I assume so, but I was thinking of Chashi, who has a cat named Ra. R-A, like the sun god. Let's replace this one. So I'm not going to buy that, and I feel like that's something that they would want. Rag picker. Even though I could use cards to toss. And then we will remove these. Just to be a little stinker. Bean and Tira, as in tiramisu. Cute! I have a cat that's named after food. His name is Mochi. His name is Mochi, and he is a very adorable Himalayan cat. He's the sweetest little cuddly little cat. And just the other day, I finally got a good picture of him splooting. He's a certified sploot professional. He's a cutie and a half. Kira likes to call him Vladimir Splutin. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's funny. He liked to sploot. Let's buy both of these manhunters. Oh, nope. We're not going to do that. Yeah, we are. No, we're not. There we go. I am not going to turn that druid, or I'm not going to turn this. It's a good one. Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was okay because, you know, obviously. Obvious reasons. I don't need to tell you guys. But I think it's funny. Yeah, he's a cutie. Cutie patootie. Splooty. Okay, so we have 3 Druid King cards. We haven't been able to pair the Druid King vestments with a toss. I only have the Time Mastery. I haven't seen any of the other cards come up yet. Speaking of which, there's the Dreaming Cave. Am I going to have enough coin to buy it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, indeed. We're going to buy that. Still have enough coin. I shall be buying it. Let's do it. Oh, no. We're going to replace this card. Because I want this card. Ooh, man. 2 Druid King. So even if I played this one, I would only have 3. Unless I draw another one. But I don't have enough coin. Shucks. 1 Duke of Crows. They don't have enough to combo this, I don't think, so. Let's just leave. Let's just leave the tavern. I think it's fine. Tira is a professional flopper. Like, so Miss Riku used to, what do you mean by flopper? Miss Riku used to, like, she would just be walking along and she would stop and, like, literally throw herself down onto one side. She wouldn't lay down. She would just go, she would be, like, standing upright and she would go plop over on her side like that. Yeah, Riku used to do that. It's so cute. It's like, we used to say, like I'm so tired. She usually rolls, but she's pretty quick. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Riku used to do that. Okay, so we finally got a toss with our Druid King vestment, and we need it because we got to get rid of these patrons. Or, I'm sorry, agents. Oh, she do a heckin' flop. So cute. That's adorable. All right, so we want to toss, preferably. Oh, come on. I don't want to toss any of those cards. You're killing me. The other person is like, why? Why did they do that? Because I don't want to toss any of those cards. Look at this. Beauty. And I just noticed this, though. This could be a problem. Well, I wanted to toss them for the power, but I didn't want to toss them because this is a great hand, and this is what I would have been left with. So we're keeping this hand. This wonderful hand here. I do have another Druid King vestments. It would be nice if I was able to pull that. Heck. One, two. They have two. Gotta get rid of that. Okay. Ugh. Look at this tavern. Okay. I wonder why they did that. I totally always miss the fish. It's behind my game. Can't see it. Maybe I should move it so I can see them. Yay, a Crab Rape Berserker! Which I now own the rights to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. First things first. I want... When an agent includes this one as a place to cooldown. Replace up to one card. Let's replace the Hograven. Great card, but I won't buy it. Let's take this. Draw another card. Yes, we're not going to destroy a card. We're going to take this. We have it stacked with the Druid King vestments too, I think. No, we don't. Okay. I've got to turn this patron, so I'm not going to draw another card. Let's do this one. And let's play this. Perfect. Let's just do the 3. So that's enough for this guy. Let's buy this one. And then we'll get rid of this one, and that's just that one. There it is. Perfect. End of my turn. Now we have a Forest Wraith and a Druid King vestment, but I don't have a toss card. That's okay. It's kind of overkill with these Druid King cards. It's going to be difficult for them to overcome this. You're all set, Bubbles. Smart. It is a-okay. I wish I could change that message. I can't change it. I can't customize the message. I mean, I could use a different bot to do my giveaways if I wanted to, but I really just want to have, I don't want to have multiples. Okay. Let's replace, actually the Prophecy. No, I said the Prophecy. Let's do this one, replace that because I don't need those. Obviously, we're getting rid of that one. Let's get another Chimera. I still have all of these. And maybe I will draw them and toss them next time. So let's take this because I feel like maybe they're trying to play crows. Anyway, 42. I'm not sure if they can recover from that, so let's just go ahead and let's not rub it in any further. And the giveaway is happening in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Pay attention, and text-to-speech will read out the name of the winner. Exclamation, gimme if you have not entered yet. 30 seconds. Okay, that was a win. I won. Wow. Have I lost only one time today, or maybe twice? Maybe twice. That's pretty good. They are a very polite bot, though.
At Borbujas, you've won the giveaway. Type, claim in chat.
Bubbles, congratulations, you won. You won. Maybe it is the last person that enters gimme, even if they're already entered. Yay! Congrats, Bubbles. Do you want NA or EU, my dear? NA or EU? What am I doing? I'm just running around like a crazy person. A Marlin. Was hoping for something cool since I was actually paying attention. And you know what? I'm not paying attention to which direction I'm running. I'm running in the wrong direction. Let's just go back this way. Let's go this way. NA, please. You got it. No, it's because you called it polite. Probably. Maybe. That's a pretty good theory. Okay, I sinned. Oh, I'm in combat. I wasn't even going to mess with you today, Mr. Wolf. And unfortunately, now you must die. Could still be alive. You're welcome. Congrats, friend. All right. Winner. Congrats, congrats. Okay, my dear. It's on its way to you. So everyone's received their prize with the exception of the one EU that I need to send later. Yeah. And that's going to be the last one for tonight. We are coming up to the end of the time. I started late today. Okay. I wonder if I've gathered enough. Oh, I had to have. I had to have gathered enough to finish the Golden Pursuit. There's no way I didn't. No, 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 no. Oh, I'm doing really good. Oh, no, I didn't yet. I didn't yet. Oh. Did I not gather 50 things yet? 42? I've done like 6 surveys. Fabia, thanks for the love. Oh my gosh, I've done like 6 surveys. Have I? Or maybe I haven't. Okay. I aggro everything in the zone. All done with this one. I'm just gonna run away. Okay. No, I'm still in combat. Okay. 6 surveys is 36 nodes. Oh, is it counting nodes? I thought it was like number of resources. Yep, I've got 42, so that makes sense. I've done 7 surveys. That's 43. Oh, goodness. I don't have any more surveys here. Let's pick another zone. Oh, I know. I think I have one in Blackwood. Nodes. Gotcha. I didn't read it. I skimmed it. That's probably abundantly clear. It doesn't specify nodes. Thank you. Oh, I've got 2 right here, so this should do it. And then I will have finished another one. So I did a lot of different things today. Usually I just play tribute, but I did my writs and I did some of these golden pursuits, and I also did some surveys. Oh, it sounds like a, yeah, Atoll of Immolation portal, right? Isn't that where that goes? It might be the tooltip, but you never read it. Yeah, same. I should be getting close now. I think I need to do one more. And I have 2 in this spot. That portal is incredibly noisy. Okay, let's see if we can get it to reset. I usually run away and run around a tree and then run back. Did it reset? It did. That portal is so loud. Ooh, veteran lumberjack. Oh, what does that get me? Anything? Like, congratulations. You're a lumberjack now. Is it a title? Can I change my title to lumberjack? That would be cool. Imaginary points. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can find out. Wait, nope. No, yeah, it's down here. Harvest 50 resources. Harvest crafting resources from plants, ore veins, or any other natural deposit. No, it does not specify nodes. It just says 50 resources. Maybe some flannel? I mean, I'd be down for that. Let's see. Achievements. Lumberjack. Harvest resources, 30 woodworking surveys. That's it. Yep, just points. I wonder if it counts toward anything. No, it doesn't. Because it would show up in the search. Oh well. So I also completed an achievement. Nicely done. All I set out to do was play Tales of Tribute. Alrighty. That's going to be it for me today. No direct reward. Unlikely to be linked to a furnishing either. Yeah, nothing. There was nothing. Just points. I mean, I guess if you like collecting points, it's not just points. Anyway, so I don't normally stream on Monday, and because I was sick last week, I decided to go ahead and stream today just to kind of get caught up. But also because tomorrow, which is the day that I normally stream ESOs on Tuesday tot, right? I will be playing Palia. I am feeling better, yes, thank you. I started feeling better on Saturday. So I was sick for like 6 days. Well, sick for the first like 3 or 4 days, and then I started to feel better, I started to feel worse, and then I felt better. So anyway, tomorrow is Tuesday, and I typically do Tuesday tot. We did Monday tot this week in order to kind of get the tot in. Because tomorrow is release of Elderwood for Palia, and I will be streaming Palia along with everyone else, I'm sure. But I'm going to see if I can't come up with some giveaways for Palia, because I think that would be a nice touch. And yeah, so we'll do Palea tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be able to start early because I'm working from home, and I only so far, and I'm gonna totally jinx myself by saying this. So far, now if I say so far, then I won't jinx myself. So far, I only have one meeting, and it's at 10 a.m., which is the perfect time for a meeting, by the way. 10 a.m. I do my meeting, hang out, eat lunch, and then start getting ready for my stream. I go live, when everyone logs off Slack. So hopefully I can start. What kind of giveaways can you even do for Palea? So I believe that I can do, there's a new mechanic built in to, well, that's expensive. So I think that if, what I can do is I can, have people like add me as a friend. We can be friends, and then I can fulfill their requests. So if someone needs or wants pallium bars, I have so much pallium and flowwood and whatever kind of consumables they need. I'll fulfill a request for free, but the caveat being we have to be friends in order to do it, I think. Anyway, I thought maybe I'd come up with something like that. Because the only other thing that they really have in the game for gifting is the outfits from the premium store, but those are too expensive. Maybe I could do one giveaway for that, like at the end of the day or whatever, maybe. Or I can make it a goal. But anyway, so that's tomorrow. I'm scheduled in my Discord to start at 6, but maybe I'll start before then. But I'm going to work hard and get some planning done, and I'm really excited to check out the new zone. I know a lot of people are streaming right now just to check out the patch notes. So we'll definitely check out the patch notes, and then we'll get started. So I'm excited to get back into Palea. I used to stream Palea a lot, and it has been a minute. It's been a minute for a lot of things, right? Anyway. So, thank you for hanging out, Tim Tor. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good night too, Lady Riot. Bubbles, I hope you get to feeling better soon. Shucks. Should we do a raid? Yeah, let's, let us go to... Do we know anybody that's streaming ESO right now? I see. Lyris. Drew. Jimmy. But I always rate either Drew or Jimmy. I feel like Icy's been streaming a long time. Is she going to be on for a while? Looks like she's doing something. Yeah. That could be fun. Okay. So, little bit of infos. If you would like to join the Discord, there's the link. My custom link is down right now, but I'm going to be reinstating it on Wednesday. The social link is correct. The schedule is also up to date. I am AZ time, which is MST, but most people in the United States are on DT right now, which means I'm PDT. Even though I never changed. Anyway, so Pacific time is what my schedule aligns with. I'd like to make sure, or I'd like to get back into my schedule, which I haven't consistently done for a million reasons, but I really have no reason not to anymore. Like the house is done. Everything's fine. I feel great. So hopefully I can get back into my normal schedule, but I would like to prove myself a little bit to myself and get consistent for a couple weeks, and I'd like to add a 4th day back into the schedule. I think that would be nice to do. My birthday is in about a month, so that'll be coming up in a couple weeks, right? So I'll plan something for that. Maybe lots of Palea giveaways, lots of other giveaways. I normally do a stream for the chapter for ESO because it always happens on my birthday week, but that's not really a thing now, right? So to come up with something else. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I am going to go ahead and start a raid. I'm not typing. There we go. We're gonna raid Icy. You may know them. Well, let's see. I think does Icy does not. She. Okay, Icy's pronoun is she. All right. So Icy is a ESO stream team member, longtime ESO streamer, loves to do housing, lots and lots of housing, is a very friendly person. I really enjoy her vibes. So let's raid over and say hello. I do have a couple messages. If you would like to use a raid message, there's going to be 2 that pop up in the chat. And the first one is for anyone on Twitch can use those, but if you happen to be subscribed to my channel, you can use the second one. Those are sub emotes. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me on a Monday. This is way out of my usual, but I just, I gotta get started. I gotta show up. So hopefully you all have a good rest of your day or your evening, and you get lots of sleep and hydrate. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.